going for it.
Wow. Jono was like right
Oh my gosh!
He didn't even flinch.
He didn't even flinch!
He did this, I saw him do this. He did that, and he was like, I'm good. A lot of this is poison ivy, Jason.
I know, that's why I'm all covered up.
Okay.
Perfect.
Starting to take shape here. The house is gonna be up here, and we're gonna face it as much that way as we can because there's a view, but the more we tilt it that way, the further it's just gonna stick out and be really high off the ground. Yeah. So this is what it's gonna look like from the view side of the house, looking up the hill. So there's our drive that we built, parking area, and the house. I'm noticing these faux outrigger like overhang things that are spaced equally distant. This beautiful maple tree is the largest tree we have to take down. Now, I'm a little bit sad because it's a beautiful tree, but I can tell you if the homeowner lets me take it, it'll make beautiful boards and it'll make a beautiful table someday. So I'm actually going to try to use this to lift the back of the tree and actually push it this way. Oh shoot! Well, unfortunately, the excitement is over and we got to clean this huge mess up. Yeah, so I'm going to go get the excavator. There he goes. We are back on site this morning and we've got some extra help today. Kelly and Brandon from Geomax, and they brought some of their high-tech equipment to help us pin the corners without having to pull a tape across this really steep slope accurately. What have we been doing?
Drop your wallet, bro.
Now that we have these points programmed in, it's just giving him directions, literally how far by feet and inches to move, you know, the stake. And there we go.
So I'll move in.
Just like Google Maps, kind of.
Recalculating.
Yeah. And there you go. Wow, and it even has a little pre-indented spot.
Yeah, don't tear these up, and we'll be all right.
Our normal way for marking foundations is just pulling tape measures across the ground. That works great on flat sites. You can measure the diagonals very accurately and get those corners located. On a slope site like this, though, it's a little bit of a mystery as to how you do it accurately, because when you pull a diagonal or even a length dimension down a slope, you're going to be measuring short. It's all about the hypotenuse, as we say. Yeah. And so to accurately find out what the diagonal is at the angle, you got to do some serious math. Now that we have our points, the guys are pulling string lines, and they're going to go ahead and mark on the ground exactly the outside of our footing excavation here, which is 8 inches outside of our corner. And that's basically because we have a 2-foot bucket. We're going to have 8 inches of footing, then our 8-inch block, and then 8 more inches of footing sticking out is the goal. We've got our gravel delivery right now too, and this is still pretty muddy, but he's going to try to back up as far as he can. Yikes! Nope. Nope. Go, baby, go, baby, go! Oh, it's slick. Ray's gonna set our reader at the elevation of our laser plane right here. and we're gonna have to step down a lot of times, so we'll keep having to move that reader up the stick like 8, 16, 24, 32, like 8-inch increments, because that's our block work. I'm having to maneuver down this hill, which is a little steeper than I really like on this machine. So I'm using the bucket and the arm as a counterbalance to hopefully give me a chance of not tipping over this way, but I'm really not loving this.
Are you stepping?
I have to.
2 inches.
No! Arlo and I are going to go around and set the grade pegs, and these are varying heights because we stepped the footings. If you watched the previous video, it's about 10 feet in elevation difference from this corner to that corner being lower. So right now we've got the laser set on this elevation. We're going for at least 8 inches of concrete. For any of these that we can't beat in the ground far enough because it's rock, we're just going to make a mark with a Sharpie and then zip the stake off with our grinder. Eric and Arlo are getting pretty far ahead with the grade pegs, and so the next step is to work in this 5/8 steel. We're setting it on some rebar chairs, and after we make the step downs, then I can add what we call the bulkheads, which is just a piece of plywood formwork that's going to hold the concrete and allow us to make a step down to the next level. Not the easiest thing to do, but they have made a beautiful double 90 there with a 16-inch offset, right? We've used different methods over the years for installing these bulkheads, but I think this is a pretty effective method here by kind of trenching in or knifing in a little groove for it to slot down in. And I don't dig it all the way down though, actually. I didn't tell you this, Eric, but I'm actually leaving it a little bit high so that when I set it in there, it is high. And then when I take the level off of the last grade peg, I can actually hammer it down and it'll stay. It'll give it a little bit of firmness to resist being pushed down, like if
Or just falling.
stepped on it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm driving in these angled pieces of rebar and tying them through by drilling holes through the wood and tying some wire on them.
I don't know if I've seen that move too often.
They don't teach you this.
Is that how you measure around corners?
They don't teach you in carpenter school how to do this. 20, look at that. Oh man, we're gonna measure the whole thing here. Jamie and Ray are going around measuring the width and the depth of our concrete pour that's gonna happen. I'd say it averages 26 inches. It's even wider at the top, but you know, the concrete's not filling up to the top, so it's only down in that bottom part. And the depth average, I'm gonna go with 9 inches, I think.
Okay.
To be conservative, meaning that we'll have extra left over. And then I will add some overage to that just to be certain. But again, you don't want to buy way more than you can use. We don't have another thing to pour it in out here, you know?
Besides the back of your truck.
We're going to say 20 bucks to the guy that guesses how many block, the closest.
What do you think, Arlo?
44. You can't do any math.
No, just...
Because that's not a guess.
Well, but
That's a calculation. This guy's
No. We're guessing. We're not
he's
estimating.
counting cards. He's disqualified.
I'm going to guess 1,000.
You think? Okay, I'm guessing 700.
There's a foundation on the
See,
bottom
this is why
right
he's
there, and then there's a
disqualified.
big one on the
See,
top.
he was
know.
thinking too
I'm
much.
taking a guess.
No.
I'm guessing.
I'm going to bring a jar of jelly beans tomorrow. We're going to try. He's going to calculate them.
Do you have the final answer on the block?
Did the math. I even double checked.
What's the number?
1,021.
Wow, who said 1,000? Wasn't it 20 bucks? Isn't that what you said?
I need. Well, I just that was just to get people involved. There is no 20 bucks. Something I've learned with concrete is always try to make your formwork stronger than you think it needs to be. Because you might be like, oh man, this is way overbuilt, but it's not. You can tell by these pieces of 3/4 subfloor at Vanity, they are bending like way more than I expected. Now, it's okay if they bend and it's curved, not okay if they break.
So as he's pumping this in, we're just coming behind with our rake, finding the pin, and filling it in right to the top of our pins. Just like that. Perfect. Van, have you ever seen one of these forms blow out?
Yes, sir.
You have?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the goes overboard.
Yeah.
What is the first thing that somebody says when that happens?
I better not say nothing. You think about that.
They got the double Captain Morgan going up there. Look at that. Go ahead to see if you can beat that. We are back on site this morning. We're going to get going by removing some of these bulkheads, and that's never a fun job, by the way. Also, we have our septic system going in, Chris Dietz, and the block is here. Yeah, I'm on 44 right there.
Okay, come down a little bit. Blah, blah, blah. Whoa.
Yep.
Okay, I see it. I see him.
There it is, the corner.
I see him. I see him.
Boy, it's a lot of focus. I'm like staring at it. You're staring at it.
I know. I got it. I got it.
All right.
Yeah.
We're down here on the footing at the very lowest point here, and we're setting up what we call a speed pole, or what'd you call it a second ago?
It's a lead pole.
Lead pole,
speed lead.
Whatever. It's a place for us to measure from and to hook our string blocks on so that we don't have to lay corners and hook our strings to the corners. And we can actually check way up high where the top of that part of the foundation is and get an actual flat measurement to confirm that we have this thing in the right spot. So that's the top of one of the courses of block. Hopefully this is an 8-inch increment off the footing, and if so, we've done something right. Now we have everything double and triple checked. I'm gonna start laying block right here, start working my way up out of the hole. Oh, y'all are gonna have all this laid before we get done setting up.
Reached our first step up here, and you can see how the planning worked out to our 2 full courses of block, ate up that entire step, and whoosh, the next course ran right across the next level of the footing. So that's all good. We're gonna stop right here with these 3 courses because we're gonna do a row of steel on top of that, and then an open bottom knockout block, and then we'll keep going up. There's stuff all over this camera. So yeah, we're going one more course here. We'll do steel, then boom. And then that side, that corner's gonna be 13 high.
13?
Yeah, down to 9 on that corner. I was trying to keep that information from you
Yeah,
guys as
I
long as
have
possible.
not heard 13 this entire time.
Come on now. Oh yeah. Now it's flowing. Hold your breath.
That is what that fin is for.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It works good. I hope you mixed your mud dry today. By the way, I can't tell if this is actually getting it any cleaner. is getting it wetter.
I noticed, Jamie, while you're doing this, you like to pop the line.
Yeah, I do. I really like to do that, you know.
What's the reason?
Well, the real reason is, joking aside, that if there's any mud on the string, or if it's touching mud or block, you can kind of see where it kind of bounces to, you know?
Okay.
And you want to see a tiny gap, like a 1/16 clear, like the block should not ever touch the string.
Sure.
That's a thing.
So after days of work and calculating, we have come down to this moment where we're gonna lay the block that connects the East Coast to the West Coast. Did we come out on bond and all that stuff coming from all the different levels, from all the way around? And I didn't measure it. Oh God.
You didn't even measure it?
No, I was like, it's gonna fit.
Hang on, I accidentally hit stop. I got it going in. Hey, your moment of truth and all that crap.
Yeah.
Listen, I accidentally hit stop on the camera. So,
Looking at this, it looks a little unimpressive, knowing how much work went into it.
just looking at it, it looks like, oh, that was probably pretty easy. Look at it, you know?
Yeah, it's just
no
a
big
block
deal.
laid on some concrete.
Can't see all the footings or anything, you know? They're kind of hidden now.
Yeah.
Looks too easy. Anybody could do this.
Coffee, let's go. You got her stacked up.
Yeah. Been going strong this morning. Strong. I feel strong. It's that cold plunge, dude. Cold plunge where it's at.
Oh no! We're gonna do the last course here. You can see it's tall down here on this corner and way down on that corner. Finally gonna knock it out. It's been a battle. I do things like run 10 miles or bike 40 miles on the weekends. And I feel like this is harder than that. The block will pretty quickly soak some of that moisture out of it. But we don't want this road to run low because it's the final everything. All we've been working for was to get this one flat. Monday morning, we're back on site. I see an excavator, which is awesome because we need to build a front porch. And the reason we haven't done it yet is because we didn't know what we were doing until right now. So let's get to it. Well, it's drawn on the plan like this nice little porch just right on grade. And you can see right here, there is no right on grade. It's like a 6-foot drop. So we're gonna build basically an L shape to retain this backfill that's gonna be the driveway, leaving a place to frame a deck like sunken into that, and leaving also a nice place to park like a mower or whatever underneath the deck.
One really great thing about laying out these deck footings is that we have this existing part of the foundation now to measure from. It actually makes it so easy you wouldn't believe it, compared to laying them out just pulling off of other string lines. If you know you're going to have concrete coming on site multiple times, I would advise breaking it up into different parts because it just makes your life less stressful and it makes it a lot easier.
Wise guys.
Wow. Time to dig. We just got to get all this crap out of the way. We can get through here. Oh, seeds down. Our last footing to dig here is like a real footing that's gonna have block on it. It needs to be at a specific elevation. It's gonna be that front porch.
Who did the math on this one? You or Jamie?
Whatever. I got it.
And you're on the machine? You did the math and you're digging on the machine?
Got it.
Ray, grab a shovel.
I can't see at all.
No, you're good.
You're good. Okay. I can see nothing. From here it looks like it's touching it.
No, you're like a foot, dude.
Down 7:30 seconds.
What's that?
Down 1/8.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good news is our footing is done here. Bad news,
What?
we got a bunch of dirt to shovel in there. Oh, your phone did not ring.
Hey,
Nope,
babe.
nope. That was
Your
fake.
game's early? Oh man, let me talk to the boss and see if I can get out of here.
What? No way.
There you go. Appreciate that. As soon as I put it down, it's in Jason's hand.
Dude, you know me, bro. Any toys I can get my hands on like this, I'm all over it.
Arlo, your system didn't work. Another thing we need to do is put in a sewer sleeve right here, and that'll allow the sewer line to go through our foundation and out to the septic tank over here. Yo,
Make sure it's lined up.
I am.
Make sure it's lined up.
I double checked it. I think we're ready for concrete. We've got our grids in the ground. We've got our anchor bolts marked. We've got our sleeves in and our steel on the wall. So now we wait. Okay, this is what happens as soon as we start waiting. Okay. That's cold rain.
It was hailing for a few seconds at the BP. A few
Oh,
pieces of hail
great.
came down.
Perfect timing.
Oh man, dude, it's cold.
I feel it. Ooh. Look at that. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. So he's pumping from way up there and it's coming out here. We're gonna have to let this set up kind of like a bulkhead because even with these block, it lifted the block and just started spraying out through the pressure. The guys are working their way down the wall here, and I'm gonna come back with anchor bolts. We're just doing a little test with these to make sure that, you know, they'll stand up and stay. Trusses are here, and we got to figure out where the heck can they go. I thought about dropping them right here, but we'd have to carry them.
Looks like he's gonna go turn around up top. And I gotta get Arlo to move, and I think there's enough room to dump them there. All right, hey, good driving there.
Can you dive in front of my truck in
Dude,
case
I'm
it's gonna
telling
hit
you, I
it?
don't know. You're pretty.
The man says I do not need to back up, so here we go.
Mouth said you're good.
Oh yeah. Wow, what a move. So my man Jason here is gonna spray this wall with water. We don't have running water, that's why we're using this pump deal. And that's to get some moisture in the wall so that the stucco doesn't dry too quickly. This wall is very porous and it'll suck the moisture right out of that stucco. Yeah, you can see it's already dry where he just sprayed it. Okay, maybe we're done with that. All right, so the double trowel seems to be the way to go. Like that. To the wall, slide up.
So I don't think John and I will ever like be in the Olympics, but I think this might be the closest we'll ever get. Concrete bobsled.
Woo! Yeah!
Woo, yeah. Woo! I would do it.
What? I'm telling you, there's nothing easy about building a house. Point in case right here. Look at this guy. How are you doing that right now? Look at that move.
Dude, he's got flexibility like a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
You got good at this.
I don't know. I shouldn't be doing a good job. I should be doing a crappy job, and you won't ask me to do it anymore.
Fills gaps between sill plate and foundation wall to reduce heating, cooling, and energy loss. Easy to install, no special tools. What's up?
What are you doing?
I'm building this house.
What happened to stucco crew?
You got it. I gotta build something here.
Come on, bro.
I gotta build something out of wood. There we go. That's pretty easy, pretty foolproof. Hard to inch monster it like I did earlier. We've got our plates bolted down here every 4 feet with 1/2 inch, 12-inch long anchor bolts embedded in the concrete with giant nuts and washers. So we should be good. Even if gravity fails, this house should stay put. We've got to frame 8-foot tall walls on this section of the foundation to match that height. Question is, where or how are we going to frame them? Because there's no flat spot. 95 and 7/8 is the difference. We do need a double top plate up there, so that's 3 plus 1.5 inch bottom plate, 4.5 off. All right, do we have a number to cut these? And did you do the math to find out what the real number is to cut? Yeah, it should be, I just did it on a board. Where'd it go? Just got to do that on every plate.
God, I'll go get a different bit and a drill. That drill seems like it might have been.
Maybe a Forstner bit or something, because that 1.5 inch is like seriously trying to break my wrist. 16-inch centers here. I'm marking 3/4 left of the centers, and then we'll trace it on the top plate. Let's get one person on top of the scaffolding to control the top of the wall once we get it over there, and then we'll just carry it over. We've got one section done. Now we need to brace it down to the ground to straighten it and make it stable. And that went all right. I'll say I've never really framed walls in the dirt, ever. Yo, why don't you get a bigger steak?
Talk to Steak Master over here. Talk to Outback over here.
Now that I'm looking at the height of this thing, I just was trying to imagine what it would be if it was all block. It would be ridiculous. I mean, it would be almost as much block in these walls as the rest of the whole foundation, really. Not quite, but not far from it either.
One stud left.
That sounds like a movie title. Well, only one stud left.
Yeah. Starring Jason
I think the foundation is done and the concrete work is done.
Oh my gosh.
And everybody did an excellent job, but I think I have to hand out a few awards. First, I'm gonna give Arlo the golden bricklayer's trowel. And I picked these up. There's a really expensive gold-plated trowel. You get the golden trowel. And Jason, he did such a good job on the stucco that I'm gonna award him the golden stucco layers trowel here. There you go.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, yep. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank my parents, first of all and foremost. God, of course, thank you.
These are actually just props. You don't get to keep the trowel.
want
I
it.
know you
we
want to
just got
put it
to
on the
hold
wall
them.
with
Okay,
your
cool.
like football trophies and stuff.
Is
but
this what you do to
I actually-
like? This is what you do to like
I
get
actually
ready
need
for
these.
the next job.
So,
So
all
they
right,
go.
sorry.
Nice.
That's 5 minutes of my life I'm never getting back.
Morning, Arlo.
Morning.
I guess it's truss time.
It's truss time.
That's exciting.
I guess it's like
Jono's pulling out here 11 foot 2 inches because there's a toilet flange. Ooh, and it's gonna hit straight on it. It's like out here somewhere. So we're gonna have to slide this truss over one way or the other. I mean, it couldn't be more dead center, Arlo. You're talking about a pipe that big. We should probably slide the truss that way. And what I'd say is let's just set it on this side of layout. So you've got the X on the left, do X on the right, set it back and just scribble out your other mark.
When's the crane coming?
No crane.
Whoa! What do you mean no crane?
We don't need a crane.
yeah, because it's not a back. I'm gonna call up.
You can see what we've got going on here is that we have a truss set and now we can slide all these out flat across the hole. There you go.
Okay. Yep. Let's see. We getting there?
A little more. How do they feel?
Oh, these?
Heavy?
No, man. Come on, man. Yeah, they're heavy. Yeah, they're heavy.
These walk so nice compared to floor joists. Having that 3.5 is so nice.
Totally is. Yeah.
We're onto these 28-foot ones now that have a double top, double bottom for where the kitchen island's gonna be. All right, just keep working it slow, because however fast you go, I gotta walk that fast. Our final step here to get ready for the subfloor is to put on these rat runs that are laid out so that all these trusses are straight on layout. You can see how like wobbly these are if you don't do that. Perkins Enterprises dump truck has arrived.
I don't know about the dump part.
No, actually it doesn't dump. It just hauls. Well, whatever.
He brought the dump trucks in the past.
Yeah, there he is. So the gravel is for doing a French drain behind the backfilled section of this wall. We're gonna do that in a minute. But first, we're gonna put the subfloor down.
You're the glue guy.
Yeah.
However much glue Eric said to put, do double that.
Double it.
Twice as much.
Wow, Ray.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
The air compressor on?
I don't hear it.
Okay.
We're setting these sheets nice and gentle thanks to this walk plank we have set up here with these other sheets that are just tacked down. We can stand on either side and just set her in place, nice and easy. That's it. 1, 2, 3.
This is the first time I've been over here to check out the height on this corner. It's pretty tall. It is pretty tall. Holy moly.
Oh, that's working brilliantly. This will just help that fixture stick more evenly. We're gonna mark where we think finished grade's gonna be and run the waterproofing only up to that. So maybe down to like 2 feet or something there.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Okay.
She's warm.
Oh yeah, it's way stickier.
Whoa. Slap me with a box. Gosh. Oh man. Okay.
You know, we should probably just zip tape this top edge too, and that would
I
really.
think it would. All right, you drop your side down, down, down. That's it right there.
Okay. But that's way better than it was already.
Yeah.
So
So some gravel, perforated pipe, some more gravel,
Yeah.
silt fabric.
Slope. Yeah, so I can see it now.
Ray, I stopped right there.
Yeah.
Yes, and just give it a big dump. Just a big flip.
It's hard to see the holes in this, but that's the perforations. They're not very big, but they let water in the pipe. And then since this is the lowest pressure area, it's empty, water will flow out of it. Even though it's got holes in it. It hardly makes sense. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, we're good here.
More gravel. Let's bury that thing.
Fabric or silt fabric that'll keep mud from getting down in this gravel and clogging our perforated pipe, and it's way too wide. Maybe we should double it over. This is amazingly satisfying. Watch this roll out.
There we go. Yeah, that'll keep it.
A lot of roots in this dirt we're digging out. We're trying to get rid of most of the organic material if we can, because that could be food for like termites.
So we're backfilling this wall here, and Eric's really trying his best to compact this dirt down because it's so wet. It's not really, getting tight. So he's going to compact it, but it's still going to settle. But he's trying his best. So as you can see, he's just taking the bucket as flat as he can. He's just pounding it down.
While we wait on more dirt to put in this hole, the guys are starting layout on plates and also layout on the floor of where those plates are going to go and snapping chalk lines. We've got one big A wall. 44 feet ready to lift up here. We're gonna see if we can do it.
Let's see, how many people we got here?
Not enough.
1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Walk it up. Keep walking. Woo, Daddy-o.
Had you ever lifted a wall before?
No, that's a first.
How'd it feel?
Pretty awesome. I'm like stoked.
You're onto one of the front walls that the single pitch roof is going to go to from the low wall going up to it, so you can see it's a lot taller. It's also 2x6.
To the line. Keep going. Keep coming. Keep going. Whoa! Too much. Back.
No, it's not flat now. If we stop right here, we can make an A-frame.
Right now we're framing the tallest wall on the front of the house on the view side, and it's about 13 feet tall. So we're using 2x6 framing, which is good for any wall, I would say over like 10 feet.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's probably codes about it. But in this case where there's a bunch of glass, a bunch of windows, there cannot be continuous studs through there. So what we're trying to do in between these windows is use some engineered lumber that is going to have the same strength as if we had studs throughout that whole section. So because it's a condensed, smaller space for the structure to exist, we need to use a stronger material.
This is a 1/2 inch, right? So that really is 2 feet.
Okay.
Right, then you go 30 here, which now we're getting into the header of the right. Yeah, we could do
that's
that.
about the right size header. These headers are getting insulated, and it's really nice to have this zip R with the rigid foam on the back, and we're using our scrap pieces. We're peeling the foam and just cutting them to size and putting them in these headers. It's gonna be fantastic. We've got our wall framed up now, so I'm bopping it down to our line that's chalked on the floor down there, so we can tack the bottom plate.
Ray, you got this thing nailed down good?
1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh, all right.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, and walking easy. Walk it out.
We got this thing stood up, and that definitely got my heart
pumping. That was the limit of what we could do if you couldn't tell on the camera.
I mean, you can reach that. Look. Where are you trying to reach? You get a brace?
Yeah, from that corner.
Yeah. Look. It just doesn't look like it. Now I'm going to end up doing it.
That's a nice trick.
Yeah, it is a good trick.
I don't know how to do it. It's not possible.
I ain't no dummy, bro. I got 50 years.
Now that we have the back wall and the front walls built, what we have to do is fill the side walls, which are these giant angled walls. So what we're going to do is snap lines on the floor of the exact shape of the wall, like the angle of the top plate, screw that down, like toe screw the plates to the floor so everything's exact, and then just fill it in. You like? Yeah. Okay. Now we have our point at that end, and this end we're just gonna snap the line. There is a reason we're doing it this way instead of at the end where it goes.
It's not what I had in mind.
No, it wouldn't fit quite between there.
I leave you guys alone for 10 minutes, and now you build it's like totally sideways. I mean, I knew I should have been up here, but I mean, it can. It'd kind of be a change in the design, you know, with the roof coming this way. But so if all our measuring and figuring was correct, this will fit. Ooh, she's all crazy up here. Whoa. We are going to try to build this wall in 2 sections now. We did that one in 1 section. It was terrible. Pull them both this way. Now, push it back. Yeah. Be ready, crane's coming tomorrow, okay?
Roger that.
Yep.
See you. Jason's gonna explain the 4 steps of us getting prepped for these trusses. 1,
Superhighway,
superhighway. 2,
top plates,
oh, you're on a roll. 3,
layout,
4.
crane.
No.
Oh, straighten the walls.
Yep, there you go. Brace the wall. Straighten. Yes. I don't even know if there was 4. I just guessed.
Dude, it's not just a hat rack, bro.
We're not going to be ready when he gets here.
Well, it is a 4-hour minimum, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna take like maybe 2 hours.
That's what I was going to say. I'm not too worried about the time. We're going to
Okay.
pay the same amount whether we're ready or not. So he's here, still doing layout. Actually, I haven't even started layout. So we're doing 2-foot centers here. 1 3/4 either side. If I'm hooking end of structure.
As soon as they cut these loose, they started going down the hill. And I have a loaner vehicle today, right there. There we go. Mike said he wants to start on the far end, which we don't have ready. I got that end ready.
Ready?
We're set, we're ready.
Ready?
I'm ready.
yeah, this means boom.
Yeah, that means boom up. We did put a brace on this, even though they're not real tall, they could still be really wobbly. That way, if we brace any of the rest of these with like a rat run, they'll all be rigid, which is really ideal.
And hold what you got.
That's plumb, so I'm gonna put a mark right there. I'm pretty sure that's what we want. You think this guy plays the crane game like at the gas station? Just wins everything?
Dude, they won't let him. You see him walk in, they're like, no, you can't play, sir.
He won 17 teddy bears last
Walks
time.
out like this.
Man, that prune juice really hit the spot. I'm gonna have to get a few more cases of that. Wow, look at that. Amazing. Sure is good. 100% juice.
Don't worry about it. Nothing's going on.
Is that describing your Afterwards.
Hey, Arlo, we need to start the timer. Me and you both had one of these at the same time. See who can last the longest.
I'm gonna get out here in the middle, carefully.
What for?
We need to run one across the top too to get these things, you know. But this sucks. It's like standing on spaghetti noodles right now. I'm gonna get these two I'm standing on screwed first so that they're not going out between me like the old canoe trick. Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot more work when these ceilings are on an angle.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a wall it
It's
should
like
have
5
taken
times.
like, yeah, it should have taken like 20 seconds.
Yep.
Maybe not 20 seconds, like 2 minutes. But yeah.
I don't want to brag, but normally 20 seconds.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
I think we've got everything done we can do over here until we know some more information. So we just spent the last hour moving everything so that we could build this wall, and this will create the kitchen area in here, and then the living area here. Over here will be the guest bedroom, guest bathroom, and all that stuff, entryway, hall.
120 and 15.
The guys are now transferring all of the plate locations to the ceiling and putting in blocking where the plates need to attach running this way, since the trusses are in the same direction. And I think they've got it. This isn't the normal way we'd frame walls if we had a flat ceiling, by the way. We'd like frame the wall on the floor, plate on top, plate on the bottom, stand it up, and then build the roof on top of that, which is way faster. Since we're pretty much out of material up there, the guys are gonna start putting the wall sheathing on down here on the Crawlspace level. Got a couple sheets going. We're working our way towards being able to build this deck. All these posts got to go way up. And we got to set this up in a way that we can have access, but it doesn't block where we need to put any of the framing of the decks.
Yep.
Which may be a trick.
I don't know if that's even possible, but we're gonna try.
The worst part of this is that it's gonna take us like 4 hours to set this up. It's gonna literally take us like 20 minutes to do this next row, and then we're gonna be like, okay, let's move up again. And we're gonna have to do it all over again.
I think that stack of 2x4s underneath just got compressed down to 1x4s. I'll have to reorder those.
We're gonna snap a line at the top edge of where our flashing goes that's gonna be under the band, so that we have a way to flash under that flashing later and get over the siding that's below this band.
Yep.
This is our flashing. It's vinyl because the pressure treatment process on our posts over there can eat aluminum or maybe even galvanize a little bit over time. It won't dissolve this. Wow, you really did trust me right there.
Wow! Dude, that's way closer than I thought you were gonna go. Come on,
I gotta get out to the end.
Woo!
Wow. Whoa!
He loosened it up for you.
Oh no. All right, somebody push this up. We got a major snag here.
No, what?
These are all 6x6 post bases, not 8x8. Son of a gun!
I gotta
See how fast they can get here. Is someone coming with the bases?
They said they would be here right away.
Nice.
I said, hey, you want to come out to the job and see me? She said, yeah. I said, well, you may as well get in your car right now because I need you to bring me something.
Oh, do you want to notch around that?
No, it doesn't need to because there'll be a plate on top of that wall.
So it's just button
Just
plate?
butt it, or you could even leave it a little gap. Oh crap! Ray, you wanna?
Hey, do you want to know if is it cupping at all?
You guys hold it. I'm gonna start at one end. That's good, Ray. So I'm just tacking it with galvanized nails. We'll have to come back and bolt the crap out of this thing to the framing. That's a technical term. So we're putting these brackets down with these 5/8 wedge anchor bolts. You drive this pin, it spreads the bottom, locks it into the hole, and then on top of that you got two giant golden nuts with washers.
These are some of the biggest nuts I've ever seen.
All you do is talk about nuts.
Piece of metal fly
Holy crap, dude. Yeah, give me that.
Glasses?
Yeah, give me that heavy.
Well, I got this batter board right in your way here.
The string's right. I'll pull that. We can probably cut this string loose.
Well, not yet. We still need it down there.
Oh, do we?
Oh, yeah. There it is.
I hear it.
Yeah, bitch. Wow, I feel the whole ground shaking, actually.
So we're gonna measure the first post by measuring up from the post base to our laser plane, and then down from either the top or the bottom of our band, depending on how Arlo wants it.
Whatever you guys want.
Okay, down to the laser plane, add those numbers together. That's your post height. 37/8.
7 inch.
On the hook, pull down. 91 1/4. We've never really had a post heavy enough to where we thought, let's carry it with a machine. So that's why we don't know what we're doing exactly. Well, that still sucked.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Man, that's a big one.
Ooh. We're just gonna do that about 10 more times.
I sort of think the machine was stressful.
Yeah, this is less stressful, but I'm on the uphill side, so.
Yeah, you're catching all the weight.
Stand her up.
Standard practice. Passion of the Christ.
Ooh. Go
Place
in.
too wide, stop. Hang on, get that hammer. I need to beat these.
Oh,
Okay,
he's got
Arlo
it.
got it. Arlo got it. Okay.
All right.
Yep, 1, 2, slidey do.
Oh, that was easy. There we go.
Okay, Bob. Now it's in.
Arlo got hammer boots.
I got it.
Okay. We are ready to set our next post, and we have the base mounted, and that's all great and dandy. All of our string lines are in place to get us the lines we're using on the footing. Ray is getting this next one ready by making 2 marks on the footing, transferring them down from the line. Then we can actually just draw a line on the footing that we're going to use.
How is it stuck on there right now? Watch out. Oh!
That's the best part of the day right there.
We got our horizontal walk plank support system installed.
There you go.
Ready? Yeah.
1, go.
Got it. Perfect. My heart rate thing on my watch thinks I'm like running a marathon right
I'm
now.
wondering why John will stand there and you're carrying all
I'm
that.
trying to get my rings, baby. Okay. 2 more. I'm gonna go over. So we'll go flush on your end, and then that should be close to center for me, or whatever it is fine. Wow.
Wow.
It's like, he's so happy. Whoa.
Like a little kid, dude. Like Christmas.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to be on GRK's gram.
Yeah. Get that wow guy on there.
Ah, your screws just gave me a Woody.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Jono's the new spokesperson for GRK.
I just go around and talk screws.
I'm the marketing manager now for GRK.
Oh, we got to go deep diver.
Look at this guy. He's
I'm all right to check it, but it's really too late here.
It's all off.
Okay.
Tell you.
You ready for this? Yeah. Let me get the level right side up. Uh-oh. No, it's fine. Ray's coming right behind us here with a new toy, pass load cordless PPN, positive placement nailer, and installing the hangers.
So if you're not familiar with the PPN,
Positive placement nailer.
Yeah, it's got this little call it
Indicator?
good word, to where you're gonna shoot your nails. So what you do is you just stick that in this hole right there, and then as you shoot it, this moves out of the way, and the nail shoots it exactly where you need it.
We don't have a PPN for these big nails, so we're just hand driving, which is actually pretty satisfying, seeing that we have a pretty good height to do it from here. We're taking turns getting these up because basically we're so high up, the only way to get it up, oh my gosh, is the hand over hand. That's got to be like 100 pounds. So yeah, we're just trading turns here.
All right, so here's the deal. How many pulls can you do to get it up?
What are we talking about right now? Okay. Can you rephrase that first?
The wood. Okay, so
1, 2. Does that mean I have to do it in 1 to beat you?
you gotta do it in 2 to time you.
This is a super light one. Ray, is that a heavy one? I just blew a blood vessel.
Dude, it looked great on camera though.
Oh, good. I'm glad. We're about to frame the last section of the deck here, and it has a little bit of something special to it. We had to build a retaining wall right here because the homeowner wanted a very low step. We're gonna actually bring the grade up pretty high on this so that you step right off the grade onto the deck without any wooden steps. Now what we're gonna do is bolt down a piece of pressure treated plate to the top of this block wall that the top of it will align flush with the top of our band right there. We're also going to bolt another pressure treated band on the inside of the block wall, which will allow us to butt our joists in and use joist hangers where it goes to the wood instead of having to try to put joist hangers straight to the block, which I'm sure you could and that'd be fine too, but I think there'd be more struggle involved in that. So Jono realized the other day that these squares, the Squeejig brand, that's 1.5 inches. And so in your marking layout, that's pretty nice. You get a little tick mark for both. Thing is, you got to start by putting the X in the correct location. He's so mad. Jason and I are going to pull off the house, make some marks, and snap a chalk line on this front edge, and then cut off all these joists in place to make a straight line for the band to go on. Oh yeah, that's a piece of cake. Man, that's on there. There you go. Whew. What's bad about this saw coming these 45s?
Almost like Anita.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me do it though. I'm kind of scared. I did this once for Jono holding the
Just make sure you're
the
flat.
guard back.
Yeah, make sure your
It was
base plate
scary.
is fully flat.
Base plate flat, action. Woo.
like it.
Dude,
Wow. 2-man drill
you're
action.
gonna kiss that drill goodbye, I think, after a few more.
Wow.
We've got one of these left, and then we can take down all of our diagonal bracing. But we were just thinking and talking, we should probably leave these for the walkboards, just in case. Now, don't get mad.
I know what you're gonna say. I don't even want to hear it.
She wants the girders and all the posts stained.
Wait until we tell her how bad of an idea that is.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
No.
Oh, you know.
I mean, I think it looks stupid.
Yeah. Natural wood.
All I'm saying is there's no way we're getting up to stain the top of the post and do the girder without what we have set up here.
It is Monday morning, and I'm here at my house at the workshop behind me here. And there's a big truck here, a Mack truck to be specific. The reason we're here is that we're gonna do pre-finishing on all this material.
So this is a deck stain, like an exterior clear Cabot deck stain, but it looks like, I don't know what it looks like. We're using our sticker stacker system here, but this is full 1.5 inch material, and these were really made for like 3/4 or 1 inch. So Arlo is spacing each sticker stacker with a 3/4 block to make it even more tippy. So we're not gonna go tall with this. We usually go like full height. You guys are getting pretty tall here. You feeling good about this? Arlo.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it.
All right.
Oh my gosh, look at it from this way.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We're finally finishing the timbers that are gonna make the roof structure and the overhangs. And we're doing 4 sides here. Those guys are. Jono has got my little mouse sander. Looks like a computer mouse. You see that thing? Just like working a computer. We got some 80 grit on that. We just had lunch. We're gonna head back and do coat number 2 on the beams, but they wanted to do a vote. How many of you guys want to do just one coat?
Are we talking today or?
Yeah.
You can't double vote on the coat.
I'll drive behind him. What about the tailgate? You just gonna drag that thing?
I hope we can get it off.
I have no idea. I have no clue in the world.
This guy plays a single note on a strap and calls it an A minor.
We've got our Douglas fir 2-coated and loaded on the trailer.
2-coated?
Doug fir, if you're Arlo, he knows Douglas personally. He calls it Doug.
Here we go.
So big picture today, we're gonna try and frame these post and beam porch roofs out of the timbers that we've been finishing. So we're gonna start by getting ready for these overhangs and the outriggers that need to attach to the trusses. We're gonna block out 1.5 inch each side and then lap those fir 2x6s back in, and they're gonna stick out like about 2 feet this way with 4.5 inches between them. To do that, we had to do a bunch of figuring about the spacing so that they look equally spaced about 4 feet apart. I think we've got that done.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and notch out for our 2x6s and our sheathing so that they can run out, and then our tongue and groove decking will go out over that. It's gonna look fantastic.
This is how this house was drawn by the architect. The rafter tail is dropped by 1.5 inches so that when we add our 1.5 inch thick decking to the surface of the tails, we can still put our zip system sheathing on top, and you can see that it would run flush from the overhang onto the truss and cover the rest of the roof.
So why aren't we doing that?
Well, there were other complications with having to get special trusses made that were called drop trusses. And, you know, we've got these porches on both ends of the house that would have to also come in at a lower level. I didn't like the idea of it given the other complications. What we're gonna do instead is this. We have installed our overhangs on the same flush surface as the top of the truss. We'll add decking to the overhangs that is decorative only to where it comes inside the wall plate, so you'll see it from the bottom. It'll be beautiful. And then you can see, our sheathing is gonna be a problem. All we're gonna do is add another layer of 1.5 inch material to the top of all the trusses, and it'll bring it up and basically fur it up to the level that's out here on the overhangs.
So we installed one of these outriggers and looked at it, and we just thought it looked a little stubby or too short, even though that's what's spec'd on the plan is 2 foot from framing. So we're gonna add 3 inches, I think. I think it'll just look way better.
That means they got to saw all this one loose.
I mean, I think, yeah, if we got the material longer, the better, I believe.
Yeah.
So you want me to mark 3 on this
That's what
mark?
my wife says.
3
Yeah.
more on this mark, and then just use this board?
Yep, exactly. So you can see their chalk line that was end to end. We're lining the mark on each of these boards with that line, and also FOT, flush on top. There you go, one side done, looks awesome. We're gonna jump on this high side, run that whole length, and by that time, Jamie will have the front porch heights figured out, hopefully. So we can start setting posts.
Yo, Big Wood Builders, what are you doing?
Ah! It hurts my fingers.
What fingers?
Oh. Jamie decided he's going to carry all these beams to the correct location, like back porch, front porch by himself. Well, when you got material like this, the stakes are high when you start cutting it. So I'm going to make sure that each...
You cut the wrong piece, you mean?
Yeah, I have a dedicated length for each
Oh my
place.
gosh.
So
We're doomed.
in some of them that are really long, you would think, oh, that one's got to stay long. It's actually for 2 or 3 shorter pieces. What we're gonna do is use Lexel to seal the end grain on the bottom of the post. In addition to that, this is gonna stick to it, screw to it to be our little spacer. I think it's gonna be perfect. Who's gonna smuts their finger in the Lexel though? Jason. Ray!
Ray!
I'm not scared. I got Tomo towels in the truck.
You got a spatula right here, bro.
I think I actually put too much on there. We could have coated the whole post with Lexel. Yeah. We're using a clamp for our brace instead of screws like we normally do, so that we don't put a bunch of screw holes in this really nice post. Wow. Only going there one way, boys. You just gotta figure it out. There's our little finger that sticks through, and we can screw that to the side of the framing, and if we need to, put a piece of wood under it to hold it up, but it's not holding much weight. It's only a 6-foot deck. We probably already mentioned it, but this style of framing we're doing here is called post and beam, which is really cool because you see the framing in the finish. It's kind of like the pyramids of Giza. They just condense all their structure into one piece, right? I have no idea what you're talking about. This is it that bad? I mean, it's a quarter at least. Okay. So when we go up to these bigger framing members, we also need bigger fasteners because there's less fasteners, less framing members. Does that fit that? Yes. T40. Okay, that's nice. I'm gonna get up here and go ahead and pre-drill for these bigger fasteners. You can see we did toenail right there because that's hidden from everywhere else. So these are big, and this grain is a little splitsy, we'll call it, compared to some other woods because it's a tight grain. Woo, smoking. Oh, you got a clutch on it. Good job. Dang, this thing is like so slick. I'd screw it down, but I don't want to put a screw hole in it. That's it.
Come on.
If you touch a plane to a board in Jamie's world, yeah, you better be doing it like this. That's right. There, you're doing it right now. Now you got it. Or else he'll come over here just to see what's going on, act like he's just looking around. Be like, you should find one to do that busts out. Bust one out for him. Oh, let's bust one out. Of course that one worked fine. Nope, it didn't. Oh, it didn't. And hey, by the way, this plane is super sharp. Yep. And it's taking a really shallow
There it
cut.
is. So that's what's gonna happen. Let's go this way.
Yeah.
That's not gonna do as bad.
Less likely on the
Try
heel.
this way. If you had a dull plane, it'd be way worse. And don't try to do that, by the way.
I was gonna say, what are you doing?
I have a cut somewhere from that.
better slow down, bro.
We're sending this rafter back up, and if you didn't realize it, this timber framing business costs more money if you've ever priced one. They're super expensive because, like this board right here, this is our third cut. This is our third attempt to fit it perfectly, and it has to fit perfect because literally what you're gonna see is that fitment in the finish. Now that we're done framing here, we're gonna snap a line and lop off these rafter tails
As long as he's standing over here.
in line. I like that. Got it. Oh no!
Ray's watching me take Eric's phone into the porta-john. So I said to let everybody know, man, if you're not subscribed to my channel, you gotta check it out. Building Jay's Way. It's all the same awesome crew, just behind the scenes stuff. See, Eric won't plug me, but so I gotta plug myself. But he's gonna edit this, so he'll probably edit it out, but he may not. Maybe I can get lucky. So check it out, Building Jay's Way.
Bingo.
Look at my big wood. Hey, are these lines supposed to match up?
They are. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that.
Just checking.
I'm gonna make them match up right here.
Come on, get that thing.
You know, end grain is really hard to hand plane.
Yeah.
So you have to have it set really like just barely. Yep. We've eaten lunch and we're getting ready to build the larger porch roof here.
I can tell you that it's almost exactly the same as the other one, just exactly twice as big.
24 feet instead of
Yep.
12.
A little bit different style construction on the front. There is no girder running across the front with that little tiny king post on it.
Right.
It will have an actual structural post all the way from the deck.
So a center post.
It will. It'll be a load-bearing ridge.
Okay. Arlo's doing a really nice job putting this bevel on the end of these posts, making it look like super smooth and nice. It looks like a factory style cut, but it's not. It's just Arlo. That's tight. You can't go tighter. We've got our girders up here, and these are 6x8s instead of 6x6s. Because it's a longer span, it's got to look beefy. It can't look stupid and like spindly.
Nope.
No.
Not allowed.
No. Okay, there we are. So I'm gonna fasten this in, just tack it, and then you guys can go crazy. I will, yeah. All right, we're tacked.
I'm going down to big.
So just double check the plumb, big screws, and we're out of here. Ow!
Here we go.
That was good.
Check it out, my corn
It was on corn. I grabbed it. It was like, here, Jason, I got your mustache.
Nice.
Are you sure? 'Cause I don't know if that's what that is. We are back on site this morning, and we're gonna finish up our back porch, which is post and beam, and hopefully get some of this tongue and groove decking going down.
What is that thing, dude?
Realtruck.com, boys.
You got more money in bikes in the back of that truck than my whole truck is worth. How do you ride all four of those at one time?
Don't worry about it.
All right, we got to get this scaffold leveled up here.
Okay.
Because we got pretty high place to get to. So I'm gonna start by actually sticking my level on here and getting this side propped up.
I see what's going on. He's bragging that it was level before he even
No,
tried to
no,
get
no, no. Was it? No, it was. No, it. Yeah, it was perfect. Actually, now that you mention that.
a little swipe on it. Yeah.
Arlo is using 60 or 80 grit on this sander, and it is really shredding this stuff in a good way. What we want to do is remove the saw marks and any burning marks. We would call those machining marks. So we want to remove evidence of machining, even though there's going to be sanding scratches. That's really not identifiable at a glance, you know?
We probably should have done that when he wasn't running the sander.
We could talk, everybody beating, banging, saw something. No, I know. Oh well. You know what? When I get home, a lot of times, my voice is tired.
Yeah.
Does your voice get tired?
Nah, I don't
Really?
talk that much.
Oh, maybe that's the problem.
I don't think it's gonna. Yep,
Does it go?
it's going.
Yeah. She's dropping a little bit each time I do that. I think that's good here. Yeah, all right.
I think we're good.
Can't see crap because of the sun. Watch yourself. This is gonna drop when I get through it. No,
There and hold it.
no, it's fine. I just don't know which way it's gonna go. Yep, that's what I was expecting. You see a double bounce?
Smoky.
We're starting this decking and we're trying to figure out how is it that we can film the decking going down, because it's up top, and we're thinking we're gonna build like a crow's nest for the drone. So like a board with something to land the drone on, then just shut the drone off and let it time lapse just like a camera.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty good at landing in the trees. Why you just put the drone in the trees and leave it on?
If this works, this
gonna
could
work.
revolutionize the construction time-lapsing industry. All right, Eric is attempting our first ever, what are we gonna call it? Drone platform landing time-lapse, so we can get a good angle on the camera here. You're clear for landing. Well,
Oh, that looks good. No. Oh, that's close.
can't you put it in bump mode and just,
I think that's okay.
it's right on the edge though, isn't it?
Oof.
Yep.
Okay. I'm giving these screws a little angle and then lifting the board where they're not tight in. Woo! And that's drawing it in. We may have encountered a problem.
I think your remote disconnected from the drone.
Yeah.
Drone.
And the drone is up there.
Yeah, the drone just turned itself off because it thought it was just sitting there, even though I was doing a time lapse with it.
So you're saying the drone powered off
Right.
by itself?
Yes.
Well, that's stupid.
I didn't know it did that.
Well, can it power back on command with the remote?
No, you have to hit a button manually on the back of the aircraft.
Who gets to climb up
Dang
there?
it.
Ooh, easy, easy.
Here's the plan. I'm as high up as I can get on this ladder without having it break or something. But now I can hold this.
Yeah,
And
you
Jamie's-
can hold it.
Jamie's gonna cut
I'm gonna cut it off.
and then we're gonna lower it down. Is that the plan?
It's easy. Lift a little bit. Sorry about the saw. Lower it down. It's working. Yes!
Yeah, we got that cat on.
Got it.
Oh man.
Okay.
All right.
How much
All
will you
right.
pay me
So-
if I jump off this
All right,
ladder?
I'm gonna throw this down.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, I'm good. So this is the button that you have to manually push to turn it on.
We've got this front section decked. Now we're gonna come down, doing our overhang across this part. And we're gonna have to lap in one rafter because it's gotta have something to not just flip off of here. Then we'll come back and cover the whole thing with our zip roof. So I think that's gonna be plenty strong once it's all tied together like that. I've got this little piece attached to this board, but they're not really like gonna stay. So I'm gonna run a screw through all of this into here and see if I can get it to just kind of be one piece. Yeah.
The guys are beginning to nail this sheathing down, and something very important about this is that they only nail into where these rafters or the beams are, because if they shoot anywhere else, it'll just pop through our finished ceiling, and it'd be really hard to repair that, wouldn't it?
Yes, it will be. So
We are actually gonna draw lines. I made a mark right here at the center line, and they're gonna chalk a line up to the top where they can also see the nailing on the tongue and groove that would indicate the center of the beam.
we're finally ready to go ahead and put our zip sheathing on the main body of the house. But first we have to run purlins like this one that's already run. It was really just for spacing the rafters on a 19.2 center going up the roof. So we're racking our brains forever about why our first panel here doesn't seem to be square with the bottom of the overhang here when it's squared up to this fascia. And we finally figured it out. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, I measured 25 up here instead of 24. So when we pulled our number, it's not square. It's good that we found it and we didn't just go, oh, we'll just start throwing sheets in, and then now down the road go, oh crap.
There we go, 0 to 1 inch. Gonna hack that. All right.
All right. Can we sing?
Is it Jamie's birthday?
Oh, I forgot it's Jamie's birthday.
Saturday.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh,
Okay.
good. It's even
Wow.
closer.
I totally forgot.
It's my own brother. I didn't even know it. All right. How are you?
Good.
Sorry, a little left hand handshake's a little awkward. So this is Devin. He's been doing our roofs for a long time, and he's going to check it out. All right, Devin, did you get all the information?
I did. I did well besides the dimensions on the metal.
Oh, you still got to measure it.
Yeah.
You've been just talking to him this whole time?
Hey,
Oh my gosh, you got to run, dude.
No,
You just got to take off
the
sprinting.
details, yeah.
All right,
Well,
we'll let you
everything.
measure.
All right.
Stop talking. Is that Uncle Larry?
Yep.
So the question is whether a piece of metal this long, from top to bottom, from here to here, is too long because of expansion and contraction. In that length, will it eventually try to snap the screws that are through the metal?
Okay.
That's the question. What do you think?
We've never had problems with it
Okay.
before. I mean, with you guys doing it, the screws every 20 inches or
Yeah.
so, you should be able to, it's going to keep that from happening.
Okay.
So,
He feels good about it.
Yeah.
Jamie's still, he's checking.
He's checking.
He doesn't believe you is what I'm saying. So Jason's down here salvaging the rest of our roof panels, which we used as a walking surface on this deck to do the rest of the house. So unfortunately, we got to peel them up now, and he's replacing with something else. Do we have enough panels to sort of make a walkway out of something else?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What is that?
It's our next piece.
Oh, Jones.
Dude, I don't see how that's
This is
going.
why I came down and cut it, because I knew you wouldn't believe me.
I seriously, I don't even believe him. I'm standing up here looking at where it goes.
This is the right cut. Boom.
You're smart. We're dumb. You're right. We're wrong.
So that ridge cap can go right through here. One detail we're wrapping up here is the fascia boards, which these are different than your usual fascia board. That's it right there. It's just these 2 3/4 by 1.5 inch boards screwed through the top of our decking layer so that there's no exposed fasteners down here. And it's straightening the edge of all these deck boards that could be up and down a little bit. And it's gonna get covered eventually by a big piece of metal that wraps down to make the fascia, and that's why we didn't need to cover the end of that. A lot of the details on this house aren't spec'd exactly, so we're literally making them up as we go. And we're trying to make sure that we make the best decision as far as the cost and the look. Thanks, bud. Last box, I appreciate that.
Are y'all trying to warm this stuff up?
Yes.
It's probably already warm enough, don't you think?
I don't know.
It gets really sticky.
Okay.
I just don't want you to get in a sticky spot.
Okay.
Because it doesn't take but just a second for this stuff, it's black in the sun and, solar. And the...
Okay, so we're sticking the bottom corner, and then I'm holding it. We're already up to like triple the speed of the first piece. And roll it out. I think you're good. I'm gonna just get a few wrinkles out. Yep.
In case Eric didn't already say it, one of the awesome things about this type of product, and the zip system especially, is that when you nail all the furring strips that the metal roof is going to be attached to, we're going to put like 1,000 nails into this roof surface, and without a membrane like this, all of those nail penetrations are a leak potential, you know what I mean? So I feel really confident that each nail, as it penetrates through this stuff, is sort of self-sealing, and I'm not really worried about it.
Also today, we're gonna try to get the windows installed. So we're going ahead and prepping our window sills with this zip system stretch tape that will stretch out in the corners so you're not left with like a pinhole. Jono for the win.
Got this thing good side to side. It's a fixed pane, so we can't really bow these flanges. Oh, he's changing his mind. All right, we're good, we're good. Yep. It's always a little scary nailing these things. You know it's glass and you're swinging your hammer right at it. You just gotta, it's all in the wrist, really.
You see this here? It's got a little bit of a bow in it.
I think let's get the big stick and I'll basically hold it straight for you and let you tack one in the middle.
We've just been pinning these
Okay,
corners.
okay. All right, we'll get a big stick.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Now, Jono, if
That's not bad.
right there, hold on to the window.
It's Tuesday morning. We've already got the med kit out. It's Halloween. I don't know. What is it about Halloween? Just a reminder, though, that what we're doing is dangerous. We just had a nail ricochet, like off the side of a stud wall nail blocking. The first nail, too. Yeah. It was the first shot of the day. Ricocheted out and shot Ray right in the meat of the hand, and it bounced out. So a lot of blood. Got cleaned up, and I think he's okay.
Battery out.
Yeah, battery out. Here's what happened. Ray was shooting right there before this block was in, and it ricocheted and went soup, and then bounced off your bone or something, because then it wasn't in there.
No, it wasn't in there. It didn't go through.
What we're doing is installing cabinet blocking at the top of the lower cabinets and the top of the upper cabinets so that anywhere we go to put those long fasteners in, there's something behind there, behind the drywall.
So I'm using screws to get this blocking tacked up. And it's way easier to get them flushed up with a screw than trying to hold it and shoot it with the gun. And also, if you put the screw in and it's not perfect, super easy, back the screw out, change it around, put the screw back in.
This is gonna be a big kitchen, guys. I mean, look at that.
Well, she said she likes to cook, so.
Yeah, Ramel, she's gonna get her miles just cooking dinner. Back and forth, back and forth. The guys have installed all the blocking against the exterior wall where there's sheathing, keeping those studs in position, like they're locked wherever they are. Onto this section though, check that out. So they're taking the measurement down here because that's the spacing that it's supposed to be. It could be like an inch different up here if both of these are bowed away from each other.
Yeah.
Right here, we're gonna have a range, a stove, then above that, an over the range microwave, and then a cabinet. So we're gonna block extra, like 2x12s, all down through there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that is Jamie's biggest pet peeve. Like when he goes to hang a cabinet and there's nothing there and he hits just drywall, he's like, dude, he gets so mad. Remember his tiny house? We did the whole freaking wall, and I think there was one triangle that we missed, and he freaking put a screw right in that hole, and he was livid.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's not here, so sorry about that, guy. Must be present. Ray said, sounds like I'm running a pit crew for NASCAR.
It does.
That's the last one. We're totally in last place.
You.
You're driving.
Yeah, you're the driver guy.
Oh, okay, I'm driving.
Jason's got this end cut loose, and he says he can unscrew this in and just let it fall. It's gonna fall right into your ladder. You ever watch Fail Blog? Where the guy on the ladder is on a tree and he cuts the limb and it hits the ladder. Oh, whoa, wow, nice job.
Yeah, on the count of three, go backwards.
Wait, where are we throwing the board though?
I'm going to throw it that way.
Okay.
On the count of three, you go that way.
Okay,
1, 2, 3.
45 1/4. Let's go 45 3/16 times 2. We're starting our trim job with the window trim pieces, and as always, we're doing it different than the last time.
Shocker.
Seems to be how we do it.
So to deal with the thickness of the window flange sticking out from the wall, this time we're rabbiting out a section of the board, you can see it there, so that this part lays flat to the wall sheathing and the whole set of boards lays flat and it's not tippy around the window flange, which makes it look terrible. Sealing these cut ends with some primer. That's spec for this stuff. Putting a nice bead on there, and then putting that in like that. It's gonna squeeze out a little, and that's the permanent seal. And this Lexel is paintable, so it doesn't matter if it gets on the surface. And also a really important thing is just leaving this 1/8 inch to 3/16 of an inch gap to the window. And that's a thing for LP SmartSide, and just generally speaking for sealant. You gotta have a place to put the sealant. So if you bang that tight and then you put the sealant just on the face of it, it's not gonna really perform well because there's not much there. So when it does need to expand, it's probably gonna crack or separate. It's freezing today, but I was just thinking it's gonna be pretty good timing for us as far as not being outside in January. I think we'll be doing inside work, which is amazing.
Yeah, miniature torch. Oh, there it goes.
Read it, Pro Torch.
Oh,
nice.
Whoop, I better hold it while it cools there.
Okay, so that was the better move.
That was way easier, and I think this thing's still on. I've burned myself with that because you can't see the flame. I turned it off now.
Okay.
Got our flashing ready here for the corner board to go over it, but where we've lapped this over itself twice, it's got a buildup of thickness. So I'm gonna have to hog out some of the back of this corner board where it goes over this so that it sits tight to the sheathing layer and doesn't get held out by this, causing it to kind of angle out at the bottom. We're working on this corner board now, and unfortunately it runs into a whole mess up here. So we've cut off a scrap. I'm gonna hold it on here and just start trying to make a template that I can then mark on a full piece and cut, because I don't want to waste a whole piece cutting it wrong, which definitely would happen if I didn't do this first. So gosh, just like a little more and that'll be it. Now I gotta transfer this onto the actual piece.
That's not even the piece.
No, it's a pattern, so don't mess up the real piece.
Oh, I got you.
You're in luck, boys.
What's up? You got him? Hey, got going up! Woo!
Ready to go. Feel so prepared. Just like that, we got the siding going. First row, they've got this little kicker strip to kick the first row out the same angle as the rest of the rows, right there, fresh treated. There you go. It's looking great.
If I ever have to hold a string or something in my mouth,
Yeah.
or the end of the chalk line, I'll only hold it with my lip.
Okay.
Because if somebody trips on it, I don't want it to be behind my teeth.
Yeah. But now look at me.
All right, let's go.
Is that good?
Yep. Ready?
We're getting over the top of some windows now, and it's all about the flashing at this time of the job. We've got a little cap flashing here that's got a pitch to it, and we made these deeper so that water dripping off of this doesn't run down the face. It actually drips maybe a good distance and gets clear. So that's what's going on there. And then we have a line where the bottom edge of our siding piece running above is going to be. You can see it's like more than a quarter. That way if water beads up on this, it won't soak up into the siding. Yeah, what is that? Is that the corner board?
Yeah, put the corner in there.
Okay. We probably show this on every siding job, but using this big framing square to mark these low pitch angles on the siding is really helpful. And it's complicated looking, but it's pretty easy. For a 2.5 12, we're putting the 2.5 that's on the outside of this framing square here. And then on the outside, we're going down to 12 where it crosses the edge. And that gives us the pitch, a 2.5 12. Almost needed the time lapse that. It was such a long cut.
I know it was. I go slow.
So, I mean, it's just, look at that. That was a good, accurate cut. So let's keep this, just in case, pattern, if it works. I'm gonna have Ray check our pattern against this rafter to see if it's the correct angle by holding a torpedo level under it with it tight. Perfect. Okay, so that is the correct
cut. Jason's marking where the end of our next piece is going to be. It's actually up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Put a vertical mark at 6.5, which is our lap. I don't think that's 6.5 though. Like 6 1/4. Oh. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
I'm not used to reading my speed square.
Yep. Now, before we put this board up, we can measure from that tick mark to our tick mark over there and get our long points for the next one. Again, this is some stuff you've probably seen in our videos before, but it really saves some time so you're not up on a ladder measuring each piece. Wow, that's pretty good.
Angle is banging.
There you go.
Wow. No way. Oh my gosh.
Boom. Size small. That's got to be Ray.
Oh my gosh.
Perkins Builder Belt coming at you.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hook it up over the weekend. Medium. Coming at you.
That was me too.
Medium. Oh yeah, I didn't forget you, Arlo. Don't worry about it.
When he went to large, it was like a 45.
Yep, large is large. We're still working our way around the house, prepping each side for siding with the flashing and all the details. And we've reached the spot where there's a double joist here. There's a band and then a joist, and a regular deck ledger flashing does not work for that. So Jamie's doing something custom. As Eric was saying, our standard pre-made ledger flashing doesn't work in this scenario where I have a 3-inch wide piece of framing here. I can't put it back tight to the house, and if I put it out here, obviously it doesn't reach. And so we have to do something special. What I came up with is just a piece of heavy duty aluminum. This is actually called gutter coil, same thing they make your aluminum gutters out of, so it's heavy gauge. And I put zip tape on the framing to keep this aluminum from coming into contact with the pressure treated wood because it has chemicals that will actually corrode the aluminum. This piece of flashing is so nice that I'm gonna vote we start doing all of our cat flashings for the top of our windows out of that material. Well, listen. Oh yeah, it's rigid. It's so strong. It's amazing. And actually you can get it in any color you can get a gutter in. Yeah. Unlike just getting black or white. You know what would save us a ton of time and money is just to not do any flashing at all.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like a flashing nut. Like I just want to do it right, you know?
It's good. We've reached the top of one side where we've got to go around these outriggers. What's the problem though?
The problem is that these are not squared or plumb really. So they're kind of like just a little bit.
Yeah, so we just nailed them to the side of the trusses. Didn't check whether they're completely plumb or not, and they're not. We're basically gonna have to cut each one custom. They're taking all the measurements like top and bottom, top and bottom. It's gonna be a, yeah, you know what? We'll get it done though.
Yeah.
I just met Jamie and now we're en route to Gene Williams's dad's house or something. He's a longtime friend. He used to do all of our carpet and flooring back in the day, but he made the mistake of showing us how to do it, and then we started doing it ourselves. Sorry, Gene. Anyways, we're gonna go to his place with his metal brake and convert some of our metal roofing we have in the back here into the counter flashing that we need for our project so that we can put the siding over top of the roofs. That's a big deal. Good to see you, Jane.
Good seeing you.
Don't worry, I got the edit button ready here. I can bleep out all the words you say, bud.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. You're gonna bend that roof metal. It must be a ridge cap.
Not exactly.
Guess again.
I don't know.
Before anybody gets too carried away wondering why I didn't just buy flat, like 10-inch wide coil metal, I was told by a roofer that the quality of the galvanized or the metal or whatever is much better in an actual metal roofing panel.
1.5 inches.
Yeah, we'll bring this down close to 0 here. So we'll go 1.5. All right, now we got to get these two sides parallel is the trick. That's got to be, when I stop, that's got to be flat.
Be a flat.
We finally made it back to the job site and we're installing the flashing we made. And if it was confusing, this is where it goes. The siding will come down over it, covering this part. And then once we have our roof surface installed, they'll flash over that and then up under this, making it all watertight, hopefully. This flashing is very important, so I'm trying to get it right. So I'm trying to think like a drop of water and think like a piece of metal roofing. Those two things are guiding me along. And my advice would be what you're doing is start at the bottom and work your way up. The way the things at the top overlap the things at the bottom, kind of like shingles.
Yeah, you have to think from the bottom up.
We had a buddy one time that shingled a dog house or something like that.
Yeah, it was a dog house.
Yep, and he started at the top and lapped the shingles going down. And he called us and he was like, dude, this doghouse roof, it just leaks. The whole thing leaks. He said, I started at the top and went to the bottom and it just leaks. So I was like,
Don't hit my finger.
Jono eats builder's bars because he's a builder.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. But,
oh my gosh.
We're all in.
I'll take a bite.
Peanut butter sawdust.
Wow.
Check it out. Arlo's outdone himself here with the notching detail. Oh, I see where it's going. Right in there. Come on, baby. Nice. We're up here on the roof doing the section of siding between the two roofs that'll only be seen really from like outer space, I think. You can't see this from anywhere, but we're trying to make it nice. Jason and Ray have been doing a good trick here to get this angle correct, and it was different than I was doing the other day. They're using this block that's cut 6.5 inches there to there, which is our reveal, and they're sliding it down till it hits the upper roof right here, making a mark, and then coming down till it does it here. And the distance between that point and that point is the length horizontally of that angle. So that's a good way to make sure your angle's looking good on a long angle like that. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I love that show. It is so fun. How do I drive cross country and you park the car? What's up with that, dude?
I just felt like it was time to come up here. That was a good move. I got the satisfaction of the last piece. You guys go ahead and get that next side up to the last board for me.
I ain't getting shit.
Good job.
Alright, there we are. Did you just high five yourself? High-five yourself.
That was your hand, wasn't it? We are back in action here, working on the lower level of the house where we're going to do smart side cedar texture grain panels, which are like 4x8 panels with no trim, no battens, and it's going to look like a solid sheet. We're going to keep it very simple, maybe even doing no corner boards. All right, so challenge number 1, we got this installed under our counter flashing there. Now we got to nail it, but you can see see, not gonna be able to hit them home. So we got the mega punch, I guess we're gonna call it. Just gonna tack a few roofing nails and hopefully punch them home. Fingers. Oh, that's a piece of cake. All right, Ray, I'm gonna just hold that. You wanna give me a nice plumb line? All right, yeah, now we can just slide and you're gonna feel a little bump. Yep, now up.
Okay, somebody go.
Ray, you're gonna have to be on press it tight to the wall duty. Ooh, we're gonna have to pry that flashing out just a little bit. Can you reach that? Okay, push up.
Push up.
Oh, yeah. Shoot it.
Shoot it?
Shoot it. Another project we're getting into that was kind of news to me, I didn't even know about it, is that Ramel wanted half walls, like solid walls for railings in this area that's gonna be covered and screened in. So we've ripped a bunch of pressure treated boards down and we're gonna start framing that. We're gonna make it 37 inches tall total from the framing here, so that when we add our inch of decking later, it will be 36 inches off the deck, which is the minimum by code, which is what she wants.
Man, it's so good, bub. Oh man, look at all them boxes.
One more awesome purchase I made this morning.
No, it's awesome, all right.
Look at this. So when it gets paint on them,
Yeah.
you just dial this thing and the film runs across and you get clear
You get clear new
Oh my god.
thing.
Make it, no, stop. Make it stop.
Scary. This is nice and light here, this guard. Honestly, I don't think I need these goggles.
No, wear them, dude.
I'm not getting any paint on my face. I'm spraying up as much as I can to get the underside of the siding lap. It's really easy to not spray that and then not notice it till later.
We're gonna bust this out in a day.
Yo, it's gonna be done today.
Well, if
Yeah,
we'd
totally.
stop talking and painting.
Come on, man. Dude, I gave him a perfect throw.
You did
and
give
this
him.
is what I get coming back. Nothing.
We're looking pretty promising on our one coat coverage here. This is all the way dry now. And I mean, I don't see what putting a second coat on here is gonna do at this point, except cost more money.
This looks really comfortable. You look like a baby seal that hadn't learned how to walk yet.
I feel like a beached whale.
Oh yeah.
Our decking is going to be here really soon. Did you know that?
You just told me, so yes.
All right, now you know. Look, all right, we only have one flat spot on this whole site, and this is it. So I'm thinking the decking goes right here.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit of a drag. I didn't tell anybody, but they don't have a lift on the truck. So that means we just have to offload it by hand. Okay, this could be a problem. Go, go, go. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. Basically do this right here. Then we'll have, my chain will just get stressed half as much.
Dang, dude, the Dodge did it. I didn't think it had it at all. After the first like 3 seconds of that, I was like,
No.
just kept going.
I think we'll do four.
More's coming.
Oh yeah, more than we bargained for. Yep, let just let it go. That's all right.
We've got edge boards and field boards. The field boards have this groove in it for the fastener.
These are edges.
Edges. Edgy Jackson. We're getting all this sheathing pulled up so we can get the decking going down. It's like a T20 probably.
T.
Oh, here's the one in there. No. Every time it's some slightly different. T20.
20.
Dang it. Okay, I'm just gonna let her stick past plenty extra. I'm gonna sink these just flush like that. Keep that middle from touching till we're ready. We're gonna have like 10 shock lines. This seems crazy, but we're pulling my tape against Arlo's tape because they're not measuring the same. And you can see right here, they're a full 1/16 different. That's enough to mess you up big time on a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So the question is, which one is right? Our final board does fit here, but you can see we don't have the clips in. So we're either gonna do the tip and clip where we tip them up and slide the clips in, or we're just gonna face screw it.
No, slide them in from the end.
Slide them in from the end?
Yeah.
Okay, Jono's gonna send them down. This is the only tricky spot with the clips usually. Okay, just train them on down. Oh my gosh. Yep, let's go. Okay. This is gonna be nice. So nice. So Jamie's on the phone over here with the Envision decking guy, and I just heard him say, yeah, they're nailing it in right now, but the nail gun's not setting it all the way. And then you hear a big long silence. It's finally the day where it's cold enough to hand these babies out. I got them
like a month ago. And we're working with this material that's wet because it rained and it's about 33 degrees. Shake it up, shake it up. I don't think that's how you do it. What do you do? Somehow I got put in charge of doing this cut that everybody's gonna see. I'm just gonna take the oscillating tool and cut between these, and hopefully they're gonna be a perfect miter when I'm done. Well, we did all that and we went to screw it together. It cracked, and I think it's because it's freezing cold out here, and now we're gonna have to make another one. We can just trace it on another board.
I think this should be thicker on this one.
Yeah, we may want to heat it up before you do it next time.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I was gonna tell you, this stuff might crack when it's really cold, so be careful. We've reached our final section of deck right here, and we have to go up against this half wall that's the railing, and we had to customize our flashing by ripping off that turn down because of the way the wall has that extra 1/4 of an inch space from this edge. It wouldn't work. You think Jamie's gonna like this?
Don't matter.
He's been talking about figuring this out for days. Like every time we were like gonna deck right here, he's like, no. But we're just doing it without asking him, and he's gonna come back here in a minute and see that it's done. This pressure treated is like a rock. It's so hard.
Here it comes.
Well, I've seen a lot of things, but I ain't never seen this.
I told you he was gonna hate it.
I was wondering, actually, I was in the house, I was like, what could possibly this piece of thing on the floor come from? This. Yeah. I said, what in the world, where did that come from?
just getting
Not
it
my
done.
job.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow, just like that, we're done.
All right, I'm out of here, boys.
I think it looks good.
Is it gonna look like we should do it around the whole thing now, or what?
Based on the experience we just had, I wouldn't recommend it.
We are back on site this morning, and we're in prep mode for the plumber and also for the roofer that's going to do the siding on this part out of corrugated metal. On the inside here for the plumber, we have furred out this wall right here to a double 2x4 thickness, and that was because this original wall, that one, it was on top of a truss, so he couldn't get the drain for this washing machine to go down and out because he would have drilled a hole all the way through a truss. We added this, now he can get it down there. That was something we did not think about when we did this truss layout.
What are you building?
Well, it's time to remodel this place, you know? Well, let me tell you what's up. Right now we've got the drain in the center of the shower. The control valve also should be in the center of the shower. It just so happens we have a stud on layout exactly where the valve needs to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cap this off basically, and I'm gonna put 2 studs 16 inches on center, centered on where the valve goes.
Gotcha.
So you'll be able to reach in here, hopefully, and get the, if they put the door in the right spot. Well, that's gonna be a thing. I actually asked if she would wanna consider putting the valve off center by quite a bit so that you can reach in, turn it on without getting wet.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't look as good when you're in there,
gotcha.
whatever. I don't know.
Dude, it's like a mouse squeaking behind
Yeah.
the wall.
No, that's it.
It's over here. It's over here somewhere.
Yeah, it's over. Seriously, it's over here.
It's gotta be right here. Hang on. Oh, I got it.
Got it? Was it on the ground?
Sure. Like kneeling right on it.
I think we spotted our railings coming up here, and he chose the correct route this time. This truck's getting ready. Oh, there you go.
Look at that.
It's like a shower.
Stay. You're gonna have to go turn around down at the neighbor's driveway
and it'll be facing uphill. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I tried that once.
This is our outdoor deck railings. Envision outdoor living.
Horizontal baluster rail.
Were you carrying 5 posts right then?
No, just 4. I didn't
4?
want to make
Okay.
you guys too bad.
No. I gotta carry all 5, Jono. There we go. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Here's one of our posts. They have a flange that covers all of the attachment. And I was really happy to see that they have these leveling screws or bolts that we can tighten in with an Allen screw to basically take the post, if it's slightly out of plumb, and plumb it, or even raise it up and down just a little bit. Yeah.
Better make sure they're right side up for Jaybird here.
We're looking at everything to make sure we understand what we're dealing with. And I just noticed another good thing is that these holes for our fasteners to the framing are ovalized, so that if we get the post like slightly out of square to the line of the railing, we can just twist it and tighten it back down. So that's good. And also, of course, the drain hole. Okay. Yeah.
Whoa, don't, you're gonna freaking elbow.
I don't think so, dude. I think it's got to be.
No, it comes apart.
I don't think it comes apart, bro. I pulled that thing so hard.
I saw you. Oh, this is why. It's got little latches.
Come on, bro. You told me to pull it, dude. I didn't know.
Oh my god.
Oh, it just got a little tab.
There you go. We're finally installing the horizontal top and bottom caps. And it's pretty nice because they all have these little shrouds at the end. So once you screw them in, you can just slide that. So it doesn't have to be all the way tight. That's good since Jason's cutting these. And then the bottom shroud just snaps on. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Like that. For the intermediate balusters, it seems impossible because it has these nubs sticking out. But what it does is tells you to cut it a certain amount short, and then these slide out past like that to make up the difference and screw on. So let's see if this works. Okay, I think that looks right. And then there's a little set screw on that. These adjusters are actually amazing. We're gonna try this. I know that you put about half the chalk that was in that box on the roof over here.
Are you ready?
I'm just gonna eyeball it there. I'm good. It's the little one. Oh, just a little one.
Man, I need a fishing rod for this thing.
We're gonna have to take turns reeling that thing in. Looks good, boys.
Yeah.
I've got a scrap here of this Screen Ease brand track that it helps you put screen on this track and tighten it and not be totally a pain in the butt.
Even carpenters like us can do it.
A couple things we want to do on this job, since we're way up here off this sloped ground, is to be able to install the screening from the inside of the deck. And that way, if it needs replaced, you don't have to call somebody with $4,000 worth of scaffolding to do it. Jono's got the instructions out here, and we're noticing it has cold weather installation. Where was that? Like below 60. Yeah, it says to bring the strips, the caps, this part, inside and keep them warm, because I guess they could get, well, it says that they can get brittle, causing cracking. Now, I've seen some of the screen that was like just cut looking, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it didn't have a nice hemmed edge like that.
You have enough?
Yeah, I'm good. Ooh! Woo! Okay, just got to do the sides. Now this looks like a total pain, but if you've ever tried to stretch screen just with like by your hand and then staple it or something,
I've done it.
I'm telling you, it's like the worst thing you could ever imagine.
So we finally met the guys that think that the not basement crawl space is phenomenal.
It had a door. I call it a basement.
But for you guys, you're not gonna crawl. You're gonna walk around.
I'm gonna spend most of my time down here just because it's nice and warm and out of the elements.
I might just come across, angle straight down, drill that right there, and then we get to the shortest exit, which would probably be that way. Also, right behind this is a double oven, so we got to get a box for that in there that doesn't interfere with this. And I'm waiting on the specs for that because the cabinet, it sits on a thing about this high, and then the oven's about yay high. And so the outlet is going to be somewhere.
We're getting pretty close here on figuring out all the wiring. And these guys are already making Swiss cheese out of the walls over here. So before the plan's complete, they start with what we know and start going.
I just got off the phone with the homeowner, and she's got some really cool ideas for the lighting outside of the house. Most people put the lights, you know, on the house, but we're not going to do that. We're going to actually put lights in the trees all the way around, and they'll just shine on the part of the house that you want to light up, right? You know, you'll probably have to get a big ladder and maybe climb up that tree pretty high because the light's going to be way up there. All switched together, 3 ways, 4 ways.
You guys are never gonna get that 1 minute back of your life, just so you know. Nate's gonna try something new on this job, not sponsored, but it's called Homer Helpers, and you screw that to the truss, and then wires go right through. Is that right? So you don't have to staple your wires.
In theory.
You just run all your home runs through those holes down the line.
Yeah.
That actually makes kind of sense.
You gonna let him do that?
I guess I don't want to do it.
Back around the corner of the house.
Shoot!
Make sure your guys are clear. He's gonna drill all the way through the roof. Yeah.
See if I can find an ollie
This is a little scary, but he feels good about it. I hope he doesn't think he's going straight right now. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
You can tell Jason to relax.
That's a cool looking light fixture. It looks just like a drill.
Yeah. Every time she wants the light, she's got to hit the trigger and the light goes on.
All right, I'm up here with the guys to show the final installation of the flashing underneath our flashing that we installed and talked about earlier. Right there. I'll flash up under that. There you go. Watertight, just as planned.
Our homeowner Ramel has decided that she would like to have the possibility to add a generator later to this house. And what we're going to do now to make that easy for her is to install this generator transfer switch. And what it does is it switches where the power coming into the house comes from, whether it comes from the Duke Energy power grid or whether it comes from her generator. All right, another thing I've been doing you probably don't even know about is planning for the gutters. I've been on the phone with the gutter guy, talking to the homeowner, picking colors, and it takes probably an hour just to discuss where are the downspouts gonna go. And when they go there, what are you gonna do with the water once it gets to the ground, right? So we have to have a plan of where the pipes are gonna go, where it's gonna drain out to daylight, and how much water is going in each downspout to be able to figure out, you know, what we need to do to accommodate it. Some of them don't have a lot of water at all.
I have not seen him smile like this in weeks. Look at the smile on his face.
He was loving that, the whole walking thing and just letting him go, dude. He was loving that.
Yes. All right, we're done. We are done.
Well, I wasn't done yet. I'm not done talking yet.
We're done.
We're wrapping it up. One of the things is we don't have a front door to kind of keep the heat in as the trades are going or drywallers or whatever. We don't want to put the finished final door in here, right? Because
I don't.
What'll happen is it'll get destroyed. Like, we've tried time and time again to put the final door in, be like, people will be nice to this door. It'll be okay. It won't get messed up. And then, you know what? It gets messed up. So we've got this door, which isn't even the right size, and we've just framed in. Beautiful job.
Yeah, who is it?
Yo, it's me.
Who's me?
Housekeeping.
Let me in, guy.
Hey, what's up?
So the electricians just finished up and left, and Jamie just noticed that they're going to fail their inspection on one thing.
Man, oh
right
man.
there, there's no fire foam in that one hole. And I wonder, was that on purpose, do you think? Just the little distraction?
It could have been
like,
a
hey, fix that fire foam and
like
you're good?
a decoy almost. I don't know.
Either
We'll
way,
see.
let's call Nate and just tell him, just so he's aware.
I'll foam it. I'll do it.
Did they leave it?
No.
Oh. We're finally back at our main project today, this modern home we're building custom for Ramel, and today we get to prime the drywall. We're finally back to do that.
I can't wait. You know, she was eager to help, and so while we were gone, she actually vacuumed up all the drywall dust.
That's nice.
That has never happened before on a job,
yeah,
actually, for us.
It's a lot of work. It's a real project usually.
Yeah, it's a big head start for us getting the primer put on. I actually was going to ask her how many hours she spent vacuuming drywall dust. It might be more than you think.
Yeah. It is remarkably clean and echoey in here.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. What we're doing here is pretty self-explanatory, but we're covering all the windows, plastic, because it's faster to do that and then spray this primer than it is to roll all the primer and not cover the windows. So we're just doing the fastest thing possible here. These staple holes are gonna get covered by the face trim in these windows. So if you had drywall that wrapped in and you didn't have any face trim going on these windows eventually, this wouldn't be a good way to do it here. I would tape it to the window itself or something else.
I'm starting in the bathrooms here on the blue board here. It's the waterproof or water resistant.
Maybe it's more of like a mildew resistant or mold resistant.
Anywhere that's high moisture, like in a bathroom, maybe a backsplash in the kitchen. The problem is though, this stuff is really difficult to cover with primer.
Yeah, it's blue.
I mean, it takes 2 or 3 coats. So, you know, painting a house is kind of like being a good chef. You know, you got to know what's got to be sitting in the oven at 350 for 2 hours.
Wow, I never saw that coming actually.
So right you got to start. You got to start in the right place.
Because we are done in here.
I think the triple tip is where it's at.
Triple spray guns is fast.
Triple hose.
Yep. It's a mess down here though. I was getting tripped up and the ladder was a nightmare. Once I got to this thing though,
triple pump.
It was pretty nice. Just rode around.
Bro, what are these?
Does my face look like that?
No, weirdly enough, it looks fine.
So
you always get way more painted.
yours.
It's because I do the best paint job.
It was worth it.
It was. Yeah, he yelled at me. He's like, "Don't touch the plastic. Perkins got to get the shop." And I was like, "All right, dude, relax."
Oh, there's one more.
There's a lot. We haven't taken any of.
Go ahead, get it. I didn't take any of. Oh,
my muscles. Man, who put these on?
I did.
Did you really?
And Jono.
You didn't. Jono did it. You didn't do it. Yes. You like the gator thing? Look at that.
Ray's starting here because that's where the cabinetry is going to go. So hopefully we can get a quick one coat on that before we put some cabinets in right where you're standing.
Yeah, somebody want to roll this wall?
Yeah, I'll roll it.
All right. Yeah.
Where is it? Where's the roller?
So, you know that wall you just painted?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the wrong color.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you actually didn't screw up, but I think the people that mixed the paint made it the wrong color.
Is that the color?
Well, see, it's supposed to be the color of the little tiny square there.
Oh my gosh.
It's really not much. You probably can't even tell the difference. Did you
All
paint
right.
a spot? Because I can't see it.
So do you have more? Do you have that color or no?
I don't. I have to have a talk with
All right.
Cat
Let's just put the cabinets in. We'll cut around them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That
cabinets are going in, you know.
Yeah.
So
We tried. Yo, Mr. McPherson, I need your pen.
Oh, hold
Here,
on.
I got you.
You could be a hacker. I don't know.
Okay, there we go. Now we're back. You good right there?
Okay.
We're marking the bottom edge of these upper cabinets so we can stick them up first so we don't get the lower cabinets right in our way.
Go measurement on that.
Yeah, let me do a new tick mark. Yep. We have done this before with ledger boards, but she's not gonna do a tile backsplash. So if we drill a bunch of holes in the wall, right below where the cabinets are gonna be, could be a problem.
You're gonna have to do some drywall patching.
Yeah. Yep, so we're just gonna draw lines. So that's 54 inches to the bottom, 30-inch uppers will line up with our 84-inch oven cabinet here at the top. Who knew cabinets involve so much math? These cabinets are frameless, so they don't have that hang down or that spot underneath to run the screw like usual. So we've put the screws in here, and each little hole is pre-drilled for this little puck of finished wood that then goes over it. There's one right there. And I'm gonna put one on. Let's see if I can film it. I'm not aligning the grain because it's stuck to my finger. There you go. It kind of disappears. So that's pretty slick. So here's the drill bit that does that. It's got a pre-drill and it cuts out just enough for that little wafer to go in nice and clean. So we just did 9. We're skipping for the over the range hood. We're going to number 8.
You want to hit one? Can you find one to start with?
Go ahead and hit yours.
Hit that one?
Yep. And we'll come up a little bit.
Oh, I have no depth perception because I'm looking only with one eye around this corner.
Like that.
You love it?
Love it. Okay.
He really likes it. Jono's hugging these doors. He loves them. He's putting them in like cross-handed. That's the way you do it though.
That keeps my fingerprints off the front.
Oh, nice. See, I knew there was a reason. These bottom cabinets don't have face frames either, and usually the face frames stick past like a good quarter. And since these don't, it's really nice for measuring cutouts like this, because you can measure right off the side of the cabinet surface and not have to do math about how much further these face frames are apart when they connect up front and space the cabinets. 6 1/4. So if I just go, well, I got to do a little math here. Well, I'll just mark it here so I don't have to do any math. 6 1/4, 5 1/2 short to center. 6 1/8. I can do the same thing here. 6 1/8. Then on butt, 4 7/8. There you go. That's some good wood right there, Nate. We just got this blind cabinet put in, and it's blind because it has this other one butting into it so that it's like a blank over there. And a little bit of an unused corner, but Nate put this thing in here. What is this thing called?
It's called the magic corner.
Okay, that's a good name for it because it does a magic thing. I'm gonna show here. You pull this half out, and once you do that, you can slide it on down and get the other half like that and have a lot more storage. So I think that's pretty sweet. It's like magic. It's like engineers built cabinets right there. You see how I'm high stepping?
I see, I know. We call that Clydesdaling.
I can't see anything.
Yep, no. Woo, that was close call.
Yeah, it almost touched the wall right then, wasn't it?
All right, I'll have to get her down. Touchdown, TD.
So our pantry cabinet going in, that's the last of the ones that go on the wall. And then we'll be working on the island. I don't know why I said island like that. I said island really weird. I'm not sure why. We do like where the island is. We don't want to just toe screw this thing through the sides to the floor though, because that'll be visible. You'll see it. Unless, do you have kick plate that's going around the sides, Nate?
What's that profile?
These are custom cabinets, luckily. He knows exactly what's what. I'm gonna run these trim head GRKs. These are 2 inches through this sub kick, because there'll be a finished kick over that. And then in the bottom inch here on the sides, and a little bit of shoe mold will cover those holes. And Nate said this is 10 times more blocking than we needed, but we just did it anyway. This island's gonna have a countertop that cantilevers out, and so Nate has got extra blocking built into the back so you could run these big screws in, give you some support.
You ever seen these?
Johnny's used those.
So you don't have to waste all that
Yeah.
space with trash.
Like a biscuit.
It's called a lamella.
A locking biscuit?
Yep.
What?
It's the clips too.
No, that's why I got this guy.
Look at that.
Nothing.
So this thing's just gonna clip on.
Yep.
What if you have to get it off? You don't?
You don't screw it on?
No.
No.
Okay, there's a release.
Do you
I would
want
like to see the bit that does that.
So think of a biscuit cutter,
Yeah.
and as it goes all the way down to the bottom of the throw, it hits a switch, and the blade vibrates up and down,
Yeah.
and creates the groove.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it's all the way through, then it just that vibration shuts off.
Yeah, 'cause it's hard to cut a hole deeper in the bottom than it is at the top. Now, what if you needed this off of here?
You could get it off.
You just have to pull really hard.
You would probably have to get a pry tool
Yeah.
between the edge. You know,
And
like
just- Yeah. Come on, Nate, your wife got her end in.
I know
I should have been down there.
I know.
Boom! I would bring that up later if I were you.
Absolutely. Oh, it'll be like you jumped the gun and you went first, so it knocks me out of whack, you know.
Oh yeah, the sun was in my eyes.
I lost it in the sun. I couldn't see.
My suspenders malfunctioned. Once again, I'm down here at the local rock yard, and we have selected a large flat rock to be our front step. It's about 6 inches thick, 4 feet wide, and 18 inches deep. I'm not sure how heavy this thing is, but I can guarantee you 2 men are really gonna struggle to carry it.
You got one.
Got a big rock.
Wow.
Boom.
I think we got to get all hands on this thing.
But I have never seen a more perfectly flat
It
natural
is.
stone.
It is like a step.
And it is a sedimentary stone.
Okay.
You can see the layers.
Right now we're stealing some gravel from the driveway to build up and level out this little platform for our rock. And it's a road bond gravel, so it's packing down really nice. I think it's going to make us a nice base.
There you go. Got you some good pay dirt loosened up.
Wait, are we sure about this?
Don't scratch
No.
my truck. No, it'd be fine with
I
4.
think 4 is fine. For a second I thought 2 was going to be fine, but no.
Good.
This isn't bad.
All right, you bring.
Okay, you gotta nope. You gotta go turn around. No, we're not.
What do I do about my
Set
fingers?
it.
Just
you
drop it. 1, 2,
You
3.
keep it out.
Okay.
Okay, this is the correct.
Oh gosh.
I bet you it's 400 pounds.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, test it out.
So much easier.
Yeah, that's a nice feeling, like
so much easier than that.
solid. I gotta make sure all these hinges are flipped out before I get too crazy here.
Right, now it's
They're not. Shoot! We're already about 20 minutes into this door, and I want to say this is a real pain in the butt. Doing stuff like this that has 100 instruction steps, and we've never done them before with this exact one. It's almost like, you know, busy work that a teacher would give you. It's like, why isn't half of this done already at the factory? And what is that? We finally got some momentum here. Door is hung, top piece is going in. And it's looking like it might actually work out.
Boys, it does have a screen.
Oh, no way!
What?
Jason!
You're not gonna believe this! It's got a screen!
I'm a wizard.
What?
Shut up.
You didn't know that.
Ramel, I hope this is right. This is permanent. Oh! Ooh. Oh. Oh, what a terrible noise.
Fix it. There it is. The floors are coming in the morning, and right now the house is a complete mess and it needs to be completely clean. We're actually going to hire out the installation of this floor. You're welcome. To Lewis Carpet, the guys we bought the flooring from. Hey, one good thing about vacuuming instead of sweeping is right here. This little vacuum attachment stops dead on any proud nails, so we're gonna smack them flat. It's a floating floor, so, you know.
This is extension jams for the 3 main big windows.
Okay, so you're bolt cutting us here.
Yeah.
Nice. Do we gotta rip them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wrote on a lot of the windows, it's in each corner.
Yeah.
In a circle, what it was. 5 3/16, 5 3/16.
All right, so we'll start banging them out.
This is clear or stain trimmed, so there's no caulking. We can't caulk, so we gotta make sure these hit tight to the window frame in there. That's why we gotta be real particular about this jam depth. We've got our jams ripped here for one of these windows. Now Arlo is taking numbers for the face frames, which we're gonna attach all as one unit before we stick the unit in. We're gonna use like Craig jig stuff and just make it all one piece, which seems to be a better way to do it. Making sure they don't, yep, we're good. I have had them fire out on the inside and that's not ideal. I like this sheet deal you got here. Whose sheets are these?
It's a work picnic here.
Pro tip, once you get it aligned, get your fingers out of the way. These things hook out and your hand is there, it'll go right through your finger. Yep. Ooh, yeah, did you see that? Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's completely the wrong size till you just shift it around. Okay. All right, I think the rest is fine. Let me throw a few more nails in this.
Oh yeah, go for it. I like the boots.
Yeah, all my other boots were so dirty that I couldn't put them on and walk through the house. Oh, that's bright. Whew. Okay.
What is going on out here?
Man, it's horse mania. Well, I'm taking all the leftover brace material that was good 2x4 framing and converting it into sawhorses.
Okay.
You know, I'm actually getting ready to count all of our leftover material so that I can order a pickup, we call it, where they come and grab all the material that we didn't use. But if it's got holes in it or paint in it, or it's looks like it's been out in the weather for too long, they won't take it as a return. So I'm making something useful out of it. Yeah. And we actually need the horses pretty bad. We lost a few.
That's a few good horses.
We lost a few during this job. And, you know.
What do you think about Jamie's plan to mass produce sawhorse parts and then
I
sell
love it,
them?
dude. I seriously, I love it. I think
Like
people
sell them in a box, and then you can assemble it
And I
yourself?
said too is you get Perkins Builder Brothers straps, and you strap the wood together with straps so that when they get them, they also have those to use. And you put them in a box, and dude, people would eat them up, bro. And they get you a brander where you can brand it. I'm telling you, you can get a brander. It'd take you 2 seconds to heat.
Oh, I've already got one.
Yeah,
No,
and
I'm
just brand that Perkins Builder Brothers on their sawhorse,
So like
bro.
prefab, all the angles, the lengths.
Everything's laid out. Everything's
All right.
marked where it goes. People can build it in like 20 minutes.
I'm gonna say leave a comment if you think this is a good idea.
So Ray and I are putting in baseboard here, and this wall happens to be longer than our material. So we have to break the baseboard. So I'm thinking that TV is going to go here. So I'm guessing there's going to be probably some type of TV console or entertainment center or something on the floor. So I'm going to break it back there, hoping that it gets hidden and you don't see it. Also, I'm going to break it on a stud just so that both of my pieces of material have something to nail to. Because, you know, you don't want floppy wood, you know what I'm saying?
Jamie's getting going with some of these pre-hung interior doors.
And he's got shims already nailed to the hinge side, stapled or somehow attached. He's using a big stick so that the hinge side can just be put tight and it'll be plumb.
It will.
And this is the first pre-hung door I've ever seen with a completely coated plastic wrap, which is nice.
It's nice. It makes me think maybe it's already painted.
Maybe. You like? Flush?
Yeah.
You flush out?
Yeah. Well, no, I can't see out there.
Come out a little. You're not.
No?
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Okay. Ray's installing these face trims, and they're not always straight. Like you can see, he's holding it because the reveal down there is like way bigger than it is up here. So he's just working them down as he goes, kind of keeping the reveal. You're just eyeballing it, quarter inch.
Eyeballing.
Yep. It's good to know what a quarter inch is if you're putting in trim. Jamie doesn't mess around with the number of nails.
More the better.
You want to go center?
Yeah. See how the shims go down to nothing.
Yeah. That's because he made them.
Custom. You won't find that at the store. Okay, these thin ones are hard to get to stay too. You know. Sometimes I use staples.
We've got this jamb where we want it now, nice and straight, plumb, both sides, equidistant, shimmed, tacked. Now I'm just gonna go with some 2.5, 16 gauge and lock it in with a bunch more nails. Or maybe just a few more. And since I'm doing this by myself, I'm just using the door as a gauge of where I want that jamb. And unless you fasten it, it's just moving. So I did shoot one nail in it. Now I'm testing it and I'm just tapping it in a little bit, then a little bit, until it looks like where I want it. And then I'll put the shims in there tight and shoot it for its final location. Yeah, you should have been listening. You could do this on the next one.
I fell asleep for a little bit.
All right, got the board. I think I've got one more door to hang on this house. That's great.
Nice.
But I got to hand it to these guys doing the face trim behind me, that they probably had the harder job here. I think every single door has had either like a tapered rip or a bevel cut or like a mud corner that's built out or the jam's not flush with the drywall or all of the above in one piece. So they're sort of, working their way through, but it's taking way longer. Good job.
We're getting it, yeah.
You'd be sorely disappointed if you thought trimming a house was just cross-cutting.
I mean, we could have just put 1x4 up there. It probably wouldn't look very good.
Yeah, it would have gapped 4 inches off the wall.
It's also a tapered rip.
I don't know.
Big moment here this morning. Jason's gonna flip on the actual permanent power for the first time. Can you do it?
Oh my gosh, dude.
There you go. Good, anticlimactic.
Oh, look at that.
Jamie's back and ready to tackle our next insane task, which is what?
I've been planning this for months. I'm gonna try to move this vanity here. We're gonna have to levitate it. It is so heavy and there's no way to get men on it to lift it. We have to lift it over the plumbing, which is in the very back. We've got this window trim, which is right here. It's gonna limit our lift to about 2 inches.
And it's about tight in there.
Initially, it is literally almost snug. I measured, we have maybe that much clearance, okay? So I have one jack that'll work. And it's a 2-ton car jack. We're gonna have to put it in the center. We're gonna have to try to balance this thing. We might actually have to have one jack in the center with the guy driving the jack.
And two guys balancing.
2 guys laying underneath like this.
Not it.
Doing the reverse, backwards, army, shoulder crawl. And then we'll hopefully just let it down.
That's a good plan.
It'll be no big deal.
We're probably going into about right here.
Yeah, okay.
You're on it.
Okay, I think go ahead and give it a little hit there. It might even be, let's see what happens, if anything good or bad.
All right, we're in on this side, like tight.
I'm dragging the wall over here and trying to I'm trying to stay squared up against the wall here. Because if we go any bit of an angle, it's bad.
Who measured this thing? This is exact.
I think it's high enough to go.
Okay.
And just roll it on back. And now the problem is we got to get that stuff aligned. Now
It's close. I mean, I can't tell from this angle.
You nervous?
A little.
Just close your eyes.
Just a little.
this really little bit.
Mostly I don't want anybody getting hurt.
Maybe, I see it.
Yeah, baby. I tell you what, we should be glad they put a really heavy base on that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, we're knocking out all the stuff that is not fun that we've been putting off. Next is the range hood right here, which is just the fan, the exhaust fan. And we have a little template here to tell us where to drill holes, but we always have to decide how high off the countertop to put this thing. And I guess we forget every build what it is. My memory is telling me like 26 off of the counter height though is a good spot, but I could be wrong. Look at that. It's exactly in this receptacle. Jamie, do you think you can pull this receptacle up? Yeah. Some? I think I put solid blocking. So just because the screw hole is there, I think we can cut that part of the mounting bracket off and just put a new hole right beside it.
Oh, I see. So it's just a little fin that sticks up.
It's just a little fin.
Yeah.
It sticks up.
Yeah, we'll just stick a screw next to it like you said.
I think we'll just cut that corner out.
Yep.
Nip, nip.
Now we're assuming that it fits between here, right?
Well, that would be nice if it...
Because the box is there.
I'm on it.
Sort of.
I think what'll happen, Jamie, is
This does.
Ooh. Oh, that compressor isn't plugged in. Hang on. I'll be back, yeah. Oh, hey, there's nothing on that cabinet in the last, like, 3/4 of an inch, yeah?
We're at the shop this morning. Jamie has got our closet material on his truck. We got a Jeep and a Volvo in the way, so we need to move those guys, get this stain, and we can head to the job. In other news, Jamie just told me that Arlo might retire after this job.
That's what he said. He's at least threatening to.
Yeah, so
We'll see if he follows through.
enjoy Arlo the rest of this job, because it may be it.
Oh, God.
Why is there 3 pedals?
That's a clutch.
We got to stain both sides and both edges of these closet shelves. And we're going to build a bunch of like cabinet looking built-ins.
What is that thing?
It's a sanding net, which I've never seen. No affiliation with this company, but Jamie got them at Home Depot. Let's check it out.
How about that?
Super weird that works.
It's like...
So she had 3 different stains mixed together, is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
It's a 50/50 plus one of these per gallon. Cheers. That's 2 ounces.
We got our board stained there, and we used every drop of the stain, plus the stain we mixed it in with is gone. So the chances of us ever matching that again, if she needs something else stained, are 0. But hopefully that's it. That was super scary.
Is that knife sharp at all?
You
got a good burr on it?
Yeah, definitely a good burr.
Jamie's decided that this bit is terrible.
Yeah,
I can see it wobbling in the video.
Yeah, it's really cheap, and I would advise to never buy cheap router bits. But I mean, I do it. These cheap ones have super cheap bearings.
Okay.
And if you're using a bearing guide bit and the bearing disappears while you're cutting,
You're gonna auger in.
It'll just plow right in and ruin your work piece. And this piece I don't want to ruin, of course. Now that I did my preliminary pass with the cheap and small router bit, I want you to see this big one that I'm going to use. You can see the difference of like the appearance, at least, of quality here. You got a nice big bearing, and you got 4 cutters. Something special about this bit is it has 2 cutters that kind of cut aggressively, and then 2 cutters that are laid back at a negative rake angle. And that kind of slicks the grain of the wood down after the cut, and it makes it like super smooth. Yeah.
This bit's bigger than yours.
Genetics.
What do you think?
I can tell immediately how much better that is. It's absolutely factory smooth, and it was set a little deep right there or something. We're gonna have to do a little sand.
Let's put master shower.
This butcher block is a lot of work to get prepped, but it's still way, way, way cheaper than a big slab of marble or something like that. It's gonna look good. I imagine the cost, though, is some of the reasons she chose this over a slab of marble.
I think
I
so.
would imagine. I don't know, really. I'm just guessing.
It's not as heavy either. That's nice.
All right,
There you go. Let's see somebody put that on there. Wax.
Oh, dude, that looks great. Nothing on that.
I mean, I could put a little bit on there.
On the threads.
Yeah, just right before it goes in, maybe.
Yeah. Jamie's being super easy on tightening these screws, and he switched from the impact to a regular drill. So if he just hits it like hard, it could just crack this tile. And I don't know, we just had to start over. Oh, that was it.
Oh, no!
There you go. Nice. Check it out. We got double grab bars for this toilet.
Nice.
This is the hunker down closet.
Yeah. It's not for getting up either. It's for when you're using the toilet.
You can do the iron cross when you're there. Here it comes! Watch out!
So let's just scribe that. It is about 3/16.
Yep.
This is a 6-foot section that'll have to get cut eventually. Ooh. Hang on. This has got to get pulled out because we have shims back there. And if we go tight to the wall, the door face actually sticks out more than the counter. The seam looks good, but the butcher block pieces do not align at all. They're like,
That is something we cannot help.
3/8? 3/8, and that was a quarter. This is a template out of cardboard since this has to fit like wall to cabinet and wall to cabinet. See if she fits. Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
It is. It's very good. If anything, we could take a little length off that side. I might have to. Actually, I don't want to just plop and drop here, boys.
I'm not plopping and
So I'm gonna have to get my arm out of here.
So we can't route past that.
The hardest wood you could ever buy here. Hard maple.
You did a great job.
What?
I said you did a great job.
Thank you. All right.
We're back, boards.
We're back. Oh, we missed it.
Oh, we missed one edge.
On the last one.
Shut the front door, dude.
I don't know that we had enough stain to do it anyway.
Go against the wall. Aren't these the sides of something?
Sure.
So we're getting a coat of poly. This is a Czar water-based, either a flat or a satin poly. And we're gonna try to get all 4 sides in one shot, just like we did the stain.
What are you making?
This is a template for the gas stove cooktop.
For the cutout.
Yeah, for the cutout that Ray's gonna cut.
Is that where you think it should go?
No,
Oh.
we haven't gotten that far yet.
I'm gonna plunge cut here short of this point and run to this corner. Then I'll just flip the saw and run back to that corner. The biggest mistake I could make here is like plunge and then try to back it up and have that thing catch and just. Yeah, there you go.
Now you're doing it.
He's doing it right. Very little pressure, lots of stroking. There you go.
Bob Ross in it today, boys.
That's a good move. Maybe give that the slightest just brush out too. Yeah, maybe. If you're still watching this video, I want to say thank you.
That's so funny, dude. Actually, what he meant to say is thank you and sorry that you're still watching this video.
Looks great.
No, it's for smallest burner. Look at that, it even says it on there.
Part of our services here at Perkins Enterprises are hugging homeowners when you're having a bad day. I just missed it, but Jason, there you go. That's part of the services we provide, I guess. I gave Jamie his own camera outside. He's working on some of the closet shelving or built-ins or whatever. So we're gonna cut to that, see, what we got.
I actually get to do some fun woodworking today. At least I think it's fun. I'm gonna build some closet shelves, which just means cut boards to length and screw them in. And some built-in like shelving units where I actually build kind of like a cabinet actually with no doors and set it in place and then face frame it in place. I'm gonna use a domino jig, which is sort of like a biscuit joiner, but it puts in bigger biscuits, we'll call them. They're called dominoes. To hold some of the stuff together. Some of the boards are not wide enough, so I'm going to be using the domino jig to actually butt boards edge to edge and glue them together to make some 16-inch wide boards. This domino tool is a really fantastic way to connect things together. It's like a biscuit joiner, but it's way better, I think, or at least in a different application. It's more like making a tenon, like a mortise and tenon joint is what it's called. And I think this would technically be called a floating tenon, where there's two mortises and one tenon that goes into both mortises.
So I gotta ask you, why didn't you use plywood on this since you gotta make it deeper than a board?
Well, besides not being able to get some like quickly and easily, because nobody around here carries high quality plywood, cabinet grade, I thought about it and I was like, sometimes plywood stains funny.
It
You
does.
ever stain plywood?
Yeah.
It's blotchy sometimes. You never know what you're gonna get. So in order to make sure that this looked as high quality as possible and matching the color and appearance of all the rest of the trim, boom,
Yeah.
I just used the same material.
It
That's
does
got
look
some
exactly like the trim.
I think it's got some bass to it. I hopefully gave it just a little wiggle room. Here we go. Ooh, not a lot. Hello. Hang on a second, let's keep it even here. Ooh, I love that sound.
Dude, it looks like a cannon or something. I know what it is. It's a drill.
It's a bazooka is what it
It looks
is.
so crazy. Let's see if it'll do it.
I haven't been down here in a while, but it's still here. The crawl space, not basement. And what we need to do is drill a hole through the bottom of the lowest point of this foundation as a low point drain. What's going to happen in here is it's going to get sealed with a 4D mil vapor barrier that goes up the walls and is sealed to make it a sealed crawl space. So there's no vents, there's no way for water to get out. If there was a plumbing leak at this point, it could just fill this place up like a swimming pool. We don't want that to happen. So that's the giant drill. We're gonna start by piloting a hole from the inside at the lowest point because I think it's gonna be easier to run that huge drill like up this high instead of like that. So we're gonna do that. We've also installed this Santa Fe FE Oasis 105 permanent dehumidification system down here so that it will stay the correct humidity, not be damp and musty. And this will just be a permanent fixture. It'll kick on when it's needed, and it won't run if it's not needed.
Can't even hold this thing up.
This thing does hook to pressurized water, but we can't reach from here with what we have. There it is. Paperweight. Hard earned.
Get that to Ramil.
We've got a pipe here that we're gonna shove through the hole that we drilled, and it's got this screen on it to keep critters out, right?
Yep.
And we use this big screen because we were both a little worried that if it actually had to drain and it had a really small mesh screen on it, it just wouldn't drain. It would just get clogged. So
that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. If I want water to come out, this is better. It's kind of funny. We're trying to seal this up really good.
Yeah.
Yet we have a giant hole. That's the plan, right?
Our next wacky and terrible task is to somehow screen these areas between the beams above the girders. This is all screened below, if you didn't know. And Arlo and I have already got a bunch of wood ripped. We're going to try to make these wooden frames and staple the screen to it like prefab and just stick them in there. We just batched up a bunch of these with a 2.5/12 angled cut on the top. That'll go tight to the ceiling, and the sides then will be plumb, and we'll be able to staple the screen to the sides. Arlo, I think that's good on both sides.
Okay. I'll go make you 2 of those and we'll see if... Now I'm thinking we might want to pre-really just fix what it is.
Got one side ready to go here. They're all fitted. Everything's good, except Jamie took off with his truck, which had the stapler in it. It did it again. Every time you run the chop saw, the table saw cuts off by itself.
How can it do that?
I don't know. Got a little workstation set up here, and we're gonna put the screen on like that. And we've got little pneumatic staplers that shoot the regular, whatever, T50, 3/8.
Crazy thing of buckling.
Look at that. Holy moly.
Custom.
Oh, it's a screen.
Wow.
I had a bird.
I
had a bird.
Bird got
and-
stuck?
yesterday.
Oh.
That's
Or
nice.
Saturday.
Yeah.
You made
That was
that?
great.
Well, Arlo.
Okay. Well, that's what okay. That's making sense.
Should I even ask what you're doing?
No, you should not.
It looks like you're filing a
Rollerblade wheel on the bottom of the box.
Nothing gets by you, bro. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
We're using these carts to roll the stove in, that like
Oh, the super
500-pound stove oven thing.
It's more like 350.
Dude, it's like 900. Anyways, Jamie uses these in his shop, so these wheels are plastic, so they're embedded with metal sheathings.
Oh.
And if we were to wheel them across the floor,
Yeah.
not good. So I am out here with a file, getting all the metal off of it. Whose idea was that? So with the screws here, we got 26 7/8.
Okay.
And with body, we got 29 and a half.
Ish. Yep. You got like a 16th extra there. That'll make it easy.
Dude, what are you
Bro,
doing,
how thick is this layer? I'm out of breath.
Oh my God, it's chewing through it fast.
I wonder if I'm cutting into the back edge.
Oh gosh. Oh, you are.
We've got our carts here, and Jamie is building up layers of thickness until it's the right height to just shove that heavy oven right off of this thing into the hole. Still need to go up. No, I need another layer. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yep.
It's in the hole. Yep, that's great. Cook some lunch. We're checking out this oven, and Ramel's saying this thing was like $7,000, but she got it as a display for considerably less than that. But the doors are awesome. Check this out.
This thing costs more than my truck. Woo! And look at that. The doors are
they're geared.
They have like a big chain drive. Is that level? Yeah. No. It doesn't look level on the camera. I can tell you that. But
we're down here with the guys that are going to do the sealed crawl space, and I was down here with Nate the other day.
Yeah.
We saw the spot where the spider.
Look at this.
Had gotten hit right there, and we were just talking about that, and then we looked down, and what do you know?
Look at that.
There he is. He's right there.
He's encapsulated.
These guys are installing a heavy-duty vapor barrier to seal the crawl space. Since there's no venting in this crawl space, it was meant to be sealed better than your average like 6 mil vapor barrier that's just laid down. So this will be taped at the seams, taped to the wall, and they're not going all the way up the wall because of the drop trusses. We did a roll-on sort of membrane on the block up high, so they could just tape to that.
I think I'm gonna put up a sign that says "Take your shoes off at the door." It's white, so it'll show dirt, but it's also very expensive, and I don't want to punch a hole in it or something by accident. Even if you were like working and dropped your knife and cut it, you know.
I think they're done in there. We're gonna check it out.
Okie dokie. Let's see. I'm breaking the rules. I got my shoes on. Uh-oh, he's still working.
Oh, he's sealing it to the wall.
Okay. Yep.
Look at there.
He's got a special kind of adhesive or something.
I don't know that I've ever seen a crawl space so clean and smelling good.
Yeah.
I would sleep down here.
And bright. You keep my ladder where it goes. I got your ladder.
So this is a little bit of a reach on this ladder where we can get it. So Jamie's got two guys like holding his jacket and his pants so he doesn't fall off.
Yeah, hold me. I got you. Hold me. Okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Oh yeah. Oh!
Wow. Well, we did confirm that the hole we dug is in the exact right spot because this went directly in the center of it.
I got it. I got it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We've got one of these spare parts looped through the grate here, and I was just gonna leave it loose, but Jason's like gonna lose his mind.
Seriously.
So yeah, just wrap that around there a little better. We've got everything buried, and we're gonna give it a test run. Hit it. Easy. You know, you can just spray it up on the roof.
I did.
All right, let's see what's happening down here. It's working pretty good.
It looks like.
Wow.
Oh, there it goes. All the way down to the bottom now.
Let's see if it's coming out down here. Is the plan. I don't know how this isn't coming out of here yet. Oh, there it comes. I was like, wow. Okay. We're switching gears again here to something totally different. Again, installing termite bait stations around the house.
Yep.
That's something that has to be done by code here. And we could hire a company to do this, but our inspections department will allow us to do these ones ourselves for about, I don't know, a 5th or 7th of the cost of having another company come and do it. And they're pretty much the same thing.
They're very easy to put in. And if you get confused, I was just reading here, you can call the Termite Information Hotline. Look at that.
We should call them up.
I should. It comes with this fancy little auger, which you can take the handle off, the T-handle, and put this in a drill. But they break immediately every time.
Okay.
I've tried it. And it's a wild ride. It's no fun with a battery-powered drill. So anyway, I have my own method here for putting these in the ground. I like to use this rotary hammer drill with a chisel.
Okay.
But I put it in drill mode. Oh, it's hammer too. I don't think I need a hammer.
I'd leave it hammer.
Maybe it'll help.
It's pretty hard dirt.
Okay, I'm going to do these 10 feet apart. I have my first one placed, so I'm going to measure 10 feet and go for it.
Yep.
That's pretty fun.
If that wasn't easy, I don't know what is.
Okay.
It has this neon little rubber thing right here, and what that is some kind of indicator that when the bait has been eaten, maybe, by the termites, that thing will pop up and indicate that you need to replace the bait.
Yeah. And I think whatever the bait is will kill the termites too.
I think that's the plan. I don't really understand all of it, but I know we have to do it.
We can call the hotline.
We put a basket down and pull you out.
Got it, bro?
Oh, watch your handle.
Good job.
Got it. We ended up putting like a dozen screws in this or more. So basically, if anybody wants this top off ever, I don't know. Jonah's been consolidating all the random crap that's spread out through the house. You got paint, caulk, sanding pads, nails, and this is all just bits, different screws, brackets,
Hand tools.
It's amazing how much stuff that you get out during a job and then you didn't put it away.
At the end of every job, we have all this stuff left. We just put it in a box and then we have a free giveaway.
We're back at the job this morning for what I think is going to be the last day of us working out here. I've been saying that for a few days now. As you always do near the end of a project, you think you're done every day. Like, we're going to finish. And then something, and days go by. But I think today is the day, so let's get started. I was feeling so confident this morning about finishing early even today that I jammed my mountain bike into the car. Look at this. Yeah.
Oprah off.
Now that Jason's got this pressure washing done, we've got to spread all of this hay on all of the dirt on this site to pass our final inspection. It's required by code here to have ground cover, no dirt visible, right?
It's not hay.
Oh, straw.
Hay is what horses eat. They told me that was wheat straw, specifically.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Now you're shaking.
I think I'm going to try to go thin to make sure we got enough. Or
Yeah.
Not thin, but just not super thick.
Yeah, I wouldn't go super thick. If it's wrong, Ray figured it.
Okay.
I told him to figure it.
Here's the deal. Jamie keeps saying we're done, and I keep putting things away. And then literally 1 minute later, he's like, oh, yeah, we got to nail this in and do that. And I already put the polyurethane up. Water-based poly. Dude, that thing feels like it's full of bricks. Nate was trying to hook up our gas stove. Needs a 120. Do you see a 120 plug in there?
Nope.
I don't either.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, there you go. That's got to plug to something. So what we did was review the video from the day we installed these cabinets, and it did show a box in the drywall about right there that we just covered up with this cabinet. And what we're gonna have to do now is cut the back of the cabinet out and find that box so that he can put a receptacle in. There it is. Nate, I got great news for you. I found you a nice receptacle with 2 black wires and 2 white wires, just like you were hoping to find.
Yep.
So I'll let you do the magic here.
We're in business.
Moment of truth here. I'll tell you in 5 seconds. Bingo. We got water on. Nice. Arlo's last shots here. And these may be the last shots you see of Arlo for a long time. He's
Wait, I'm gonna come by every once in a while.
He's going to come by, but he's going into semi or maybe permanent retirement.
Possible.
So I'm just videoing every single shot that I can get Arlo doing here.
Try see if it's good placement. That's the most work he's done in 6 months. Thanks, Jason.
There it is. You're retired, Arlo.
There you go. That is it. You can undo it. Cool.
There you go.
There you go.
40 years of doing construction and you finished with a pin nailer.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way to do it.
So we've got the trailer loaded, the truck loaded, everything of ours out of the house. I think we're done with what we have to do here.
Arlo, congratulations, buddy.
There you go.
It's been our pleasure.
It's been my pleasure, you guys. Like, really fun working with you guys.
What are you going to do now?
Oh, come on. What do you think?
I don't know.
Look at that.
When I used to work on yachts, I used to have to.
Oh, and they're icy cold.
Oh, thanks.
I used to have to
Cheers.
peel a lot of the transom letters off.
Look at that.
This might affect my mountain biking in a negative way.
I gotta go to the gym later.
We can pretend and not open them.
Okay.
Or we can open them.
Well, I mean, I could probably still mountain bike.
Just cheers them here. I'm not.
I might cheers it and then have it later tonight.
I'm gonna cheers mine at the
I'll
shop.
cheers and have everybody else's.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mel, thanks for letting us build your house.
Cheers.
Thank you for building my house.
Look over and Arlo's got 2 of them.
Yeah. All right, boys, ready to shop it up?
Yeah.
I'm going mountain biking.
No, you're not going. You're gonna ride your mountain bike to the shop. That's about it, Jamie.
I got to go now.
No, you're going.
This is my one
Look
chance.
it. This ain't gonna unload itself.
I know, look at right here.
Wait a minute. I thought.
I'm going to set up a GoFundMe for Arlo's retirement. He didn't ask me to do this and doesn't even know I'm doing it. But if you've learned something useful from Arlo or found him entertaining or just like the guy, I'll leave a link in the video description. You can throw him a few bucks and he'll have a better retirement. Thanks for building with us. We'll see you on the next one.